The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
David Phelps, everybody, don't miss Transfucker Radio every Tuesday night at 7 to 10.
Yo, this is the Hip-Hop Federation. Check it out, Transfucker Radio, 7 to 10 every Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Good, be there. Hi, this is the Harry, sanitary engineer, and you're listening to Transfuck Radio.
Next question, Jeff, we're on, right?
Yeah.
I just want to thank
TransfuckerRadio.com.
Well, it's still really me, damn it! Like it's just what you needed me said. I don't want to see it.
Hey, I want to talk like that. Don't make me put me out like that. I'm pretty dead.
Hi, this is Johnny Romano on Transfucker Radio. We're on every Tuesday at 7 to 10. TransfuckerRadio.com.
Hey, this is Uncle Paul from General Hospital. You better listen to me and listen to the news. Every Tuesday, 7 to 10, TransfuckerRadio.com. Be there.
Oh, what's that for? Oh my god! No! Oh my god! No! No! It's just like radio! It's just like... It's just
This is the Reverend Bob Lady, and you're listening to Trash Talk Radio. Only here, motherfuckers.
Hey, this is Bill Mays from Brady, and you're listening to Trash Talk Radio Show on TrashTalkRadio.com. This is the only radio show that you'll ever need. You listen in every Tuesday, 7 to 10 p.m. every week. And now, it's the entertainment. And that's the time you act right now. Listen to the archives for absolutely free. Now, how much would you pay? Call now. Operator just stand by.
This is Danny Montanucci. Nobody trash talks like me. That's why I go to the park traveling. A bunch of goofballs dressed up in red velvet suits. How embarrassing. If David Cassidy was there right now, I'd tell him what I think about him. Why? Because you're listening to Trash Talk, 7 to 10 p.m.
Welcome to the Trash Talking Radio Show. Please take a seat and help yourself to the snacks and beverages. The show will begin in just a few seconds. Are you ready? Are you seated? Please welcome your host. He is the singer/songwriter of the Uncle Sam Band. He is the host with the most. Mr. Tuesday Night, Every Woman's Fantasy. He is the manager of champions, singer of songs, and actor without a script. He will be the first against the wall when the revolution comes. He is a lover of life. He is a Tesla driving, song singing, talk show hosting, son of a gun. Please welcome the Vital Idol, Classy Mike Trash.
Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week. And if I get the picture up here, we can actually see us. Hey, there we are. All right. Another day. Oh, wait a minute. The volumes are a little too loud. Let me bring these down a little bit. There we go. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey. Hey, I don't hear that sound. Well, I don't hear it as bad much.
Cool.
I don't hear you at all. Did you turn your microphone off?
Yes, it's on. I haven't touched it since we did sound check.
Okay, let's move it up a little bit more.
Okay. So that now, can you hear me now? I think that was the word. Or whatever.
What?
I'll smack you.
All right. Anyway, it's a brand new week, a brand new day, and things are always fun in Trash Talking Radio Land.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag it must be Tuesday.
Yeah, I found a few of the items that I was missing. This one
Your
here,
mind?
This one here being one of them, and it's not a sex toy. It's a.
Oh, I was going to say, hide your sex toys, Mike. Come on.
Well, here.
It's not for me.
I was going to hide it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't need it that when I could have the real thing.
Well, yeah, that is the real thing. It's see, it's real. Oh, now I went and dropped my one time so far. One time so far today. So I can still do things the same way. Anyway, I got a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff So we should get right to it, I think, as soon as I get a drink.
That would be a good thing. What, are you going to two-fist it tonight?
Mm.
No, I will be good. Damn it, there goes that
I guess I
feeling.
was two-fisting it. I didn't realize. I must have been on drugs or something.
Yeah.
I need to be on drugs or something. Stop knocking my stuff on the floor. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, you've got them all lined up.
I was going
over
to
there.
ask you if you'd like some ibuprofen.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, this is ibuprofen. That's a Tylenol.
I'm good with Tylenol.
Okay.
Thank you.
See, I'm a drug dispensary today.
A drug dealer.
We'll talk about that a little later, and then
Yeah.
I got to turn my volume down, I think, and your volume up a little bit.
Hi, puppy.
Hey, there we go.
There's no drugs for the puppy.
Yeah, there is. There's some. He's taking drugs upstairs. Okay. Where are we going to start? I guess we'll start at the same starting point as we usually. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Well, I just think I will send my sister a message saying we're on the air because she often forgets. And
Yeah.
she probably is not there yet. So in case she wants to listen.
It'd be cool, and I think we do have new listeners.
Well, she does
tonight.
listen. She does listen.
Good.
So she usually ends up putting, oops, I missed. Hey, I'm on the air.
Yeah, because I know I sent it to someone, a friend
That'd be
of
a new
mine.
service we could do. We could do this service where when we start being on the air, we'll actually text you to tell you that we're on the air, but it'll cost you. So
There you go.
yeah, that's one way we could be. You're a sponsor for the show then.
Yeah. that's-
Okay.
And, buddy, you're a sponsor
Oh.
all the time.
I guess I need to do this. Just make sure everything's working. It is working on Facebook. It's the Twitter. Are we there on Twitter? Looks like we are on Twitter. Let me.
But Facebook is still only saying this.
Oh, well, that's.
Let me.
Hold on. Wait, that's my fault. Hold on there. Here I am. thought I
okay.
switched it.
You're hiding us. Okay.
I thought I switched it, so I don't know. Oh, yes, I know, bud. So,
Really?
and we're there on Twitch. And I don't know if we're on YouTube or not because I can't tell. It's not coming up. Okay, I'll go over here to YouTube and see if it. Okay, you. What? Stop it. Go lay down. I know you want some. I just gave you. Why do you wait till the show starts? Why don't you bug me before the show or after the show? You always wait till the show starts.
We're going to put a microphone and a headset on you if you're not careful, puppy.
Pesty. All right. Oh, so I am having problems up on top.
That'll be nice.
Well, that would be a first.
I
Okay.
am pretty nice when I want to be.
When you want to be. All right. All right. Looks like we're ready to go. All right. The first thing is the RIP stuff that we talked about. We always talk about RIP first. And we
Talk
have
about
one.
the end at the beginning.
Well, it's funny that you would say that because the last episode or the whole episodes of Fear the Walking Dead was the end is the beginning.
Okay.
That was the theme the whole way through it. And they wrapped up the stuff Sunday. And I got to tell you something. We'll talk about that when we get to the entertainment section. But I do have okay, what are you doing? Why is it not switching over? All right, what's wrong with my... All right, what's going on here? Try it now. Okay, what's going on? My notes aren't coming up.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's close it and open it up again. Because if I don't have my notes, we don't have a good show. Well, I mean,
We just fly
don't
off
have
the
a
cuff
show.
like we usually
Why is
do.
it not letting me go in there? How about, I can't enter anything? What? What is going on? It's acting like there's a stuck key.
Uh-oh.
What the freak? What? Weird. Oh, maybe this is hooked up too.
Did you eat those already?
Okay, now. All right. That's weird. Okay, what is going on? Wow, it were like rearranged all my stuff. That's weird. Okay. Oh, you know what we got to do?
What?
Because we're halfway through the year
Yeah.
and we have not set up a Deadpool yet. So, you keep knocking that over. You're going to mess up my. Here we go. Let me see if I can. I need to Velcro this so that you can't move it.
No, you just need to rearrange the studio so
Well,
we
that
don't
too.
have that issue.
That too. I got to do that too. All right. All right. Now I got my notes back, but they're all out of whack as far as what they're supposed to be. Okay. Put that where it belongs. Put that where it belongs. Put this one where it belongs. Main show goes next. Then that goes. Then that goes. Then that goes. And that goes. Oh, wait, one of these goes, that goes up here. This goes down here. Okay, I got them in order now.
You hope.
But anyway, we got to start doing our Deadpool, and your assignment for next week is come up with, say, 20 names.
Okay.
And I'll come up with 20 names, and then we'll take them one at a time and end up with 10. So that way, if we have 20, we have some to go back on. In case we, maybe 15 each or whatever.
Okay.
Because, and I'll supply you with our past stuff so we can work out. I can give you that over the weekend, and you can figure it out.
Okay.
So, but, oh, come on. What's going on? It's still not, you dropped that Happy Days thing.
Yeah, because we're going to be we're going to be busy this weekend.
Are we?
I thought we were. Saturday.
All right.
Well, Saturday night.
All right, this is driving me crazy because this one will not let go. It keeps going back to Happy Days, and it keeps, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe if I turn this off. Oh, shoot, let go. Now, I think we got it. All right, this is causing me more trouble. That's where, I mean, it would be cool if it was working correctly, but it just screwed up my whole.
It worked fine last week.
Now I lost my RRP again. Damn it! It went on. Gotta move it to the top. Where'd it go?
This is Tuesday. It always does stuff like this.
It's
you
gone.
know that.
Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, we only had one person there were a couple others, but one person of stature that died, and it was actually I remember him. If I were to say what is his most prominent role to me.
Okay.
It would have been. You don't remember that? You probably never watched it.
Probably not.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
You're right, I didn't.
That was such a cool movie, and he had a prominent role in that. And that's the role I remember him most in. And I'm speaking about the one and only Ned. Oh, maybe it wasn't Ned Beatty. Maybe it was Warren Beatty. No, it was Ned Beatty. I'm sure it was Ned Beatty. But people say it was the. All right. He was in a lot of things. Actually, the weirdest movie he was in was with Burt Reynolds, and it was a really bizarre movie. It was so bizarre. Deliverance.
Yeah.
That was the scariest. Oh, that movie was scary. For a guy, because the guy was raped by another guy. Oh, that was freaky. And yeah, I think I agree with you, buddy. But it was really. I know. It was disturbing. But yeah, that was really bizarre. All right, I get your point. So, but anyway, Ned Beatty, would you stop? Ned, he really is upset because he hated Ned Beatty dying. Whenever I say Ned Beatty's name, he just barks, you know. So, but anyway, Ned Beatty says that he that her client died around 7:30 this morning. That was on 6/13. And it says here, veteran character famous for Superman Network and other iconic films has died. Family member says TMZ. Oh, by the way, Ned Beatty was the one that was raped in that Deliverance.
Oh.
So of all the people, he was the one that got lucky enough to be raped, if you want to call it lucky. It was not COVID related. Just everybody, it's like everybody says, well, this was not COVID related because COVID.
That's what everybody thinks now because that pandemic went ballistic. So anybody that dies, it was COVID related. No, it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't on that particular thing. So it's good to know, I guess, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, it seems like COVID is on its way out, as far as I can tell.
Hi, puppy.
And I hope that is true because I'm so tired of COVID-related stuff.
So am I, but it feels weird to go places without a mask. And you see the signs that say, you call the shots. If you have been completely vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask. And it's like,
well,
weird.
they can't check anybody anyway because it's
right. They're going on the honest system, and then you still have places that, whether you've had the shots or not, you have to. They require them, and that's fine. Just respect it.
Right. I agree. So, all right.
Yes.
Would you stop?
Did
She
you have
has
your
it.
shots?
Tell her. Don't tell me. He had all kinds of shots. No COVID shots for him, though. Anyway, so, it was interesting how the guy really was involved in so many good films. We're talking about the 1978 Superman. He was in Deliverance, which I talked about, and he's infamous for the line, squeal like a pig, because he was the piggy. And let's see, All the President's Men, Friendly Fire, Silver Streak, Back to School, Nashville, The Big Easy, The Toy, 1941, Captain America, Rudy, White Lightning, Prelude to a Kiss, Hear My Song, Restless Natives, Life, Shooter, Charlie Wilson's War, and a couple of voice acting roles like Rango in Toy Story 3. He played, in Toy Story 3, he played Lotso, the evil pink bear.
I know.
He appeared in shows like Law and Order,
Yep.
Roseanne, The Boys, Highway to Heaven, American Playhouse. I don't know how that's pronounced. I'm going to say Siznik. I hope that's right. The Rockford Files, MASH, Homicide, Life on the Streets, CSI, Murder, She Wrote, and countless others. He was survived by his wife, Sandra Johnson, his 8 children and grandchildren. He was 83. He had a good life.
Yeah.
It seems. I mean, the guy got to really do a lot of stuff. So, I'd be happy with 83.
Yeah, I would.
If I make it to 83, I'll be more than happy.
I think you will.
Again, the Bechtel or the men in my family
Yeah.
don't make it to be 83. I'm on a record right now. I mean, there's only one others that have been more than me in the males. So I'm working on a record. I'm trying to beat his record.
Okay.
I got a long way to go though. So,
Okay.
Everybody always dies right around their 50s. But I got to, I made it past there.
Good.
As if you didn't know.
I'm thankful you did.
So am I. I don't think I'd like it if I didn't. But, who knows. All right, so that's it for the RIPs for this week. There were some others. And, by the way, there is My Home Away from Home.
Oh, shut up.
We'll talk about that later. It's nice. I just like to, notice that.
That is a nice picture.
It is a nice picture. But the water was, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
What website did you swipe that off of?
TrashTalkingRadio.com.
That's an old picture.
All right, anyway, let's see. Now, I didn't need to do that. What did I do that for? Stop it. Okay. All right, so that's the only one I've got that I want to talk about death-wise. There was somebody else that died too that I don't remember knowing who they were. So I didn't do enough research because they died today or yesterday. It was either late yesterday or today, so I didn't do anything for them. So okay, this needs to go up there. There we go. All right, now we're together.
You together? Never.
Well, I mean, as together as I can be. All right, the box office. The number one. Well, first off, In the Heights opened up this week.
Okay.
With an $11 million weekend. Do you remember when $11 million was like
Chump change?
Yeah, I mean that was considered a real fail. Well, that's a disappointment, and today it's even a disappointment. So this big movie was about, you know, it's the thing is it's a movie about dancing, and I really think that this was the wrong time to release this because you're not. I mean, people that are looking for entertainment, you know, it says In the Heights, the acclaimed adaptation of Lin-Manuel Miranda's Broadway show didn't hit all the right notes in the box office. A musical generated $11 million from 3,400 theaters. Now, when we had 3,400 theaters, we were talking that it was like 80 million to
Right.
120 million because it was, you know, that was a big deal. But in its first 4 days of release, it's below earlier than expected, and they expected to make 20 million. They didn't make 20 million. I'm curious as to what they could have made, or I should say, what they would have made if it wasn't a pandemic. But people still aren't going to the theaters. I mean, I'm not going to the theaters yet. I haven't been to a theater yet.
No, I haven't either.
I haven't been to a theater since more than a year ago. And that's saying something when we used to go every weekend, sometimes more than once. And sometimes we would see 2 movies or 3 movies, and it's just not happening. It says here, in a surprise defeat, Paramount's A Quiet Place 2 returned to the number 1 spot. They made another $11.65 million from 3,800 screens, and so that sequel has amassed $109 million. So it's the first blockbuster since the COVID to break the 100 million.
Wow.
I mean, that's really that's amazing when you think about every movie was like hitting at least 70 or 80 million or 60, at least 60 million, but the name ones were all over 100 million, and it's really a shame because that's an industry that could seriously fold. We could lose our AMCs, we could lose our Regals because there aren't enough people, or they're going to have to restructure their profit thing because the theaters are going to have to say, hey, you know, for the first week they don't hardly make anything on a movie. So, you know, it's usually after the 3rd or 4th week that they, depending on the movie, that they start making money. But like they take the movie maker takes such a big cut for the first couple of weeks. So, I mean, it may not really affect them in that way, but if people aren't going to the theaters, it doesn't matter if they got all the money if they're not going to have enough to cover their bills. Because a lot of the theaters have a lot of real estate space, and you figure they're probably paying, I don't even know what a theater would pay, maybe $20,000 or $30,000 a month to rent, to have a building as big as they do. I mean, think about the Harrisburg East Mall, for instance, where the Regal is, the one Regal is.
Right.
You figure that if you have a shop in there, you're probably paying, you could be paying, I don't know, $4,000, $5,000 a month or more, depending on the size of your store, just for that little store. So if you talk about, now you're talking about a giant theater that has 12 to 15 theaters in it, they got to be paying some big bucks there. And think about the year that they didn't have, that they weren't able to run.
Oh, I know.
How they were losing money hand over foot. So that's a big thing to think about, but it let's see if this thing's working now.
Let's hope.
Oh, now the water, that's water. So, I mean, whatever you think, that's the important thing. Oh, that's the wrong one. I wanted applause.
Awesome!
Okay, I'll take that. Where's the applause at? Oh, that's a gunshot. There. Here we go. Oh, no, it's not that funny. Oh, yeah, thank you. Now, I don't know where the freaking applause is. There it is. Thank you very much. Thank you.
B major.
What? Oh, yeah, thank you very much. I got a new toy to play with. So, all right. Where were we? Okay, so, yeah, A Quiet Place was number 1 this week. Let's see. Its global number is 183. So that's really respectable. That's get a little closer to the microphone there, my friend, or else you're gonna have to start wearing the microphone again. I was being nice, giving you that microphone.
But I'm afraid it's gonna fall.
You gotta tighten this.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, there.
That sounds good. That's the volume you need to be.
Well, that's why, because I was like, it kept falling, and I just didn't want to touch it and have it completely fall.
Oh, come on. I've seen you touch it before.
Yeah, but I can't now.
Yes, you can. You can touch it just like it just did.
That's not what I was talking about.
Pervert.
Hey, I've been around you too long. You're rubbing off on me.
I don't rub off on you. Don't accuse me of that. That'd be sexual harassment to some people.
Well, maybe.
All right, let's see. The next thing. Okay, so the other thing was first off, did I do that to our page? I need to see if I did that or not. I think I did that. I should have done that to our page. Oh, I've got to be on my page. Darn it. There we are. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Okay. It's good I didn't. Gotta make sure I thought I did that already. I thought I shared it already, and then I thought, oh, maybe I didn't share it, so I didn't share it. All right. Okay, that was that. Wait a minute. Oh, no, don't go away.
But he must have his belly full because he's over here selling logs.
Shh, don't say that. You'll wake him up, and then he'll want more.
No, he's selling logs, so he can be your lumberjack.
Pain in the butt. It won't let me do it. I can do it this way. I'll do it this way then. If I can't do it that way, I'll do it this way. Okay. Copy. Yeah, okay. And then go to here. And then go to here. And that should do it. That will do it. All right, there we go. So there we go. Now we can move on to the next thing. Well, I mean, there was some movies that opened up next to it, and that is Cruella, which is a Disney movie.
That's what I thought.
Well, yeah, but Cruella did not do as well as the. I think. Let's see. Let me look here. Says Cruella, Conjuring 3, which is one I want to see. It's a horror movie because that. Well, I could talk about that after. And then Cruella, which is a. They did 100 million globally, but locally they didn't do nearly as well. Quiet Place hits number 2, or hits 185 million worldwide as picks. Let's see here. Let's see, what else was it? Oh, The Conjuring is kind of cool. The Conjuring is this couple that is a real-life couple who the woman has just died recently, but the couple are paranormal people. I forgot to do this too. Damn it! I'm just having fun. I mean, we can do the show like this, but I wanted to do the show like that and put us in the spotlight. There we go. All right. Anyway, The Conjuring, the couple that did that were featured on The Conjuring are a real life couple. They're not a real life couple on here, but I mean, it's based on a real life couple.
Oh boy.
Who actually investigates these things, and they did Annabelle. Do you remember Annabelle movie a couple years ago? It was about a doll that was possessed.
Yes, I do remember that.
They are a real couple that goes out and investigates this, and that's what the movies are made from, because they actually, did these things. They actually investigated these things. So this the real life woman just died a couple months ago, and I don't think she died of COVID, but they didn't really say. I don't know if they're going to have more movies or not, but they did some pretty cool movies. They did The Conjuring. I think they did the Nun movie that was out a couple years ago. They did Annabelle movies, and it will freak you out because they're supposed to be true. They're supposed to be true life things. Now I don't believe in possession of a doll, but if it happened and I saw it, I might believe it.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, but you know.
Yes, I believe it is. So, there you go. You get that that's what you get for your little comedy there.
Yes, thank you.
Or we could just do this for it.
You're having too much fun with that toy.
Yeah, once I integrate it into the system permanently, if I do that. I might do that, though. I kind of like the idea. But the one thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have real microphone inputs. It has these little mini inputs, so you have to worry about things breaking off and stuff. All right. I forget where I was.
You're sitting there.
You went and sidelined me with a bad joke. So.
Well, I told you rub off on me. Oh, no.
I don't think so.
I've been around you too long.
That's a crowd when I'm giving a joke. They're nowhere around.
I've been around you too long. Your humor is like I'm starting to act like you, which is scary.
If you act like me, you're going to be able to retire early.
Sweet!
Oh, man. All right.
I don't know if I'd like to retire early, though.
Oh, it's awesome. I could tell you that there's nothing better. You know, I was thinking about that, and I talked to my friend Jen about this. I need to thank D&H for allowing me to retire early or forcing me to retire early, whichever it is, because I couldn't have done it if it weren't for them trying to get me to quit. So, all right. That's enough of this stuff. Basically, there's really not a whole lot going on in the movies. There's starting to get some good movies. I think F8 or F9, I think, is coming out shortly. That'll be interesting to see how that works, because that's the first real big blockbuster that they've released. But again, think about this. They're releasing this movie in the theaters at the same time it's being released on Warner Brothers, would be HBO. So HBO released it at the same time. So you could either, if you own HBO and you're paying $10 a month, or I think $15 a month for HBO, you can get this movie for free, plus whatever channels they give you, you know. And I kind of think that's a good deal, but I got more to talk about on that later. So we'll go on to the entertainment section. Let's talk about some things. There's some interesting things in the entertainment industry. The first one has to do with stalkers.
Uh-oh.
It's really interesting. Kylie Jenner has a stalker. And I'm really surprised this is the first time we heard of a stalker for her, because, I mean, face it, they're high profile, and she's hot. I mean, I won't say I would throw her out the door right away.
Did you give her your phone number too?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to deal with someone who has more money than me.
Okay.
But anyway, so a man was arrested at her home for stalking her, and I guess that's one thing you have to worry about when you're famous. The latest member of a family to get a creepy, unwanted visit to her home, according to the cops, who say a man refused to leave until he got a chance to declare his love for her.
Wow.
That's happening to me, too. Okay, not really. But
that's what you need on your little box.
There is. Hold on. Let me find it. It's that's not it.
You have the label.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. There was something in here, I thought. Maybe there isn't. Oh, well. Do I have 2 applauses? I said, do I have 2 applauses? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Now we're in it. I hope this isn't a DMC thing. Thank you. All right. I'm trying to figure out. I thought I had one.
A major.
Huh. I guess I don't have one of those. That's really sad. That's really sad. Makes me sad. Yes, thank you. You'll make me feel better if you keep applauding. Thank you. Thank you very much. Problem is I can't see what the buttons say, so I'm kind of like looking at
Here,
it.
do you want my glasses?
No, it's not that. It's they're dark. The things are dark, so I can't really see what they say, and I have to hit them, and then they make their noise. But it's really kind of cool because I like the idea of this because I might end up using this mixer in conjunction with the other one.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, it says here law enforcement say 35-year-old man was arrested at Kylie's L.A. area property this week. We're told he was familiar with her security. They'd seen him before, but he'd always complied with when they asked him to leave. Other sources say this time was different. The guy allegedly dug in his heels and told security he wasn't leaving till he got a face-to-face with Kylie. Of course, they weren't letting that happen and simply detained him until the police arrived. Now, this is the weird part. Believe it or not, that isn't the weird part. The weird part's coming. It says he was carrying a ring, and he was carrying the Plan B one-step emergency contraceptive.
Oh.
So he wanted her to be safe. Oh, man. It says here that we broke the story a man who had allegedly been harassing Kim online, showing up at her home, apparently mailed her a creepy package containing a diamond ring and Plan B. She also got a temporary restraining order against another man she believes had tried to get into her home. And meanwhile, while Kylie and Kendall were also granted restraining orders against the same man who had allegedly tried to take a naked dip in Kendall's pool and then showed up at Kylie's place after he was released from jail.
Okay, I like the ring.
Yeah? Do you want a man to show up naked? Well,
it depends.
Get near your microphone. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. But a naked naked dip in her pool, that would creep me out a little bit, I think. So I don't know. People like that just really amaze me at their delusions. Oh, that's a good word. Delusions.
I like that word.
Delusionals, yes. Yeah. So just kind of weird. It's really strange how people really believe in their fantasies. I mean, I would imagine that he has some mental problems. You know?
Yeah. Are you even in the chat room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up there. See?
Okay.
Can't you see?
Nope.
Can't you see?
Too far
Can't
away.
you see what that woman she's been doing to me? Oh no! You want to? No, I want you to cheer. Thank you. Gotta get that applause button down.
Yeah. See, you have to use the pink stuff.
Get closer to the microphone,
Yes,
or you're gonna wear
okay.
one.
No.
Because I need to hear you.
I'm sitting right beside you.
But you're talking like this, and the microphone's over here.
That's because you're beside me.
Well, I guess I need to move ahead so you at least talk into the microphone. I know that's what you wanted. You wanted a microphone like that.
Yes.
And I promised you could have one if you did it right.
I know.
And you're not. You're not doing it right.
All right. Then
We need
I
to
need
move
to
it a little.
move to this side.
You probably should because I need to be able to hear you, and so does everyone else. So they
Yeah,
want
but
to
any
hear
other
you.
time you tell me to shut up.
I don't think I've ever told you to shut up on this show.
No, it's be quiet. That's what it is.
Not on this show. I've never told you to shut up. Because the idea of this show is to talk. Look at that. Isn't that an awesome?
A comment has been made that you're having too much fun with your sound toy.
Apparently the audience likes it. So there you go. And whoever said that, whoever said that.
Trash's babe said that.
All right, hold on. I got something for her, too. That's not easy.
God.
Here we go. That's for her. Anyway, if she were here, she'd hear the same thing. So
yeah, that's true.
She no-shows the show.
Well, she was off work in time, but she never got a hold of me. So
if she would tell me, I might leave early to get her, but might not. Depends on how busy and how much show I got done. Because I mean, that would.
I don't see you ever leaving the house.
Well, you won't ever see me except for Tuesdays.
Oh, that's true. Now that I'm working.
All right, next thing. So Kylie Jenner, we did that. All right. There's a lot of things I don't like about our current administration.
Like what?
Just about everything. But there is one thing I do like about the current vice president.
Okay, and what's that, Mike?
She was at the first BEP to join the LGBTQ Pride Parade.
Cool.
That, to me, that shows something that she really is unique in that no other vice president has done that. And that's a pretty big thing.
First Veep?
Veep.
Okay.
That's the vice president.
I've just never heard that term like that.
Oh, well, there was a TV show on Showtime that had the girl from Seinfeld, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, or whatever her name was.
Okay.
That was called Veep.
Okay, see, I don't...
I don't remember what it stands for, but it's...
Very important person.
VEEP.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But anyway, she joined the LGBTQ Pride Parade.
Nice.
That's a lot of letters. But I'm excited about that because that shows a big step in the political side. It shows commitment to that group of people who have been overlooked and chastised for many different things for many different years. So I'm very happy about that. Her and her husband both took part in and the fact that the VP, the vice president,
right,
is with people. Okay, usually they're protected. I'm sure they had. There's probably all kinds of guards. Actually, I bet you he's one.
Yeah.
He looks like he's ready to shoot somebody. So I think he was probably one of the special service, and I'm sure there are Secret Service, and I'm sure there are others. But I think it's really cool that she actually is doing that.
Well, I wonder if that, I know she supports it, but does she have a personal connection to it? Maybe
she may. I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. The VP, the VEP. Maybe it stands for VP. VP.
Yeah, that could be.
I don't know. And her husband, Doug, took to the streets Saturday in Washington, D.C. Pride Parade. There was no advance notice that she would show up, so it was a big surprise to marchers when she showed up in a pink blazer, and Doug wore a T-shirt with a rainbow. Well, I guess that's not her. That's probably another Secret Service. Oh, he's probably hitting his thing to talk, saying,
right.
There's somebody taking a picture of us.
No, it's kind of like, on Star Trek when they use their communicators.
You know what this one thing is called?
What?
Giggles.
Shut up.
That's this one. Oh, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. This is Giggles. Just to let you know. And I don't have any fire trucks on here.
Michael?
I'm just telling you that.
I saw enough fire trucks over the weekend.
Yes, you
Thank
did.
you very much.
Yes, you did. Anyway, Doug wore a T-shirt that had the rainbow on it. I guess this is it here. And, that is a Secret Service. You can see his ear thing.
Right.
That's really cool. But, yeah, the whole idea that the vice president would show up to something like that is really cool to me. So that is really very exciting. And it shows a commitment that, that she is willing to give to that group of people. And I really think that's awesome. So I found that very neat. And so then
Ashley says you're supposed to take my microphone away and put that headset on me again.
What headset? Oh,
Yeah, and I'm just like, hush.
Well, you gotta follow the rules if you're going to be on a radio show. Uh-oh, I see
Well-
it was not connected to the... Okay.
Well, here's the
Are
problem,
we having any
though.
connection problems? I'm just making sure because I just got a phone thing that says about that.
Yeah, well, see, here's the problem, though. You know, when I'm behind the microphone, then somebody gets mad because he can't see me because I'm hiding behind the monitor.
He gets to see you enough.
Okay.
Tell him your boss said.
Yeah, okay.
When you're here.
That's true.
There we go. Now it should be all right. Yeah.
Let's hope so.
I just want to make sure that I don't lose. Let's see if it works here. Okay. All right. Next. All right. So there's we talked about people buying their seat to fly.
Right.
All right. Somebody is going to, we talked about this guy that's going to fly who has more money than anybody in the world.
Right.
And his name is?
Jeff Bezos.
You are correct.
See,
Jeff
I do
Bezos.
remember.
Yes, you do. He's trusting Blue Origin's new rocket with his life. It's flown 15 times, but it'll have no pilot and possibly no spacesuit.
Really? Well, why not? We have self-driving cars, so why don't we have...
Well, yeah, but it's a little different when you're up in space and you got to figure out how you're going to get home. So, yes, yeah, exactly. But that would scare me a lot. But the other thing that's kind of cool is that it says Jeff Bezos, his mother Mark, and 2 unnamed people, at least one of whom is a multimillionaire, is about to place their lives in the hands of Blue Origin's rocket engineers. Bezos, who founded the company in 2000, I'm talking about Amazon, but I'm also talking about Blue Origin. Blue Origin was founded in 2000. And his brother will be the first passengers on the New Shepard rocket, along with the highest bidder for the 3rd seat. Now, how much do you think he sold it for? I don't know if we talked about this last week or not.
I think we did.
Let's see how well you remember.
I don't.
All right, how much do you think it was?
So it's... I'm going to reason this out before I give you my guess.
Okay.
It's probably more than 100,000, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm reasoning it out here.
Okay, it's between 100,000 and 100 million.
Yeah, you leave that wide open.
Yeah, I did. I didn't want to give it away.
100,000 and 100 million.
Now think about if you had more money than you knew what to do with. So don't say like 101,000 or something.
100,000 and 100 million. I'm going to say probably 25 million.
How come that your chat room has things
Because
saying in
you
it?
have to refresh yours. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, it's not supposed to do that.
I know. Because I've had to keep doing it.
That's odd. Oh, there it is. Huh. All right.
Yeah, I've had to keep doing it too.
Well, that's a first time.
Luckily, I have an instant message going with someone, and it's like, I'm not seeing this, so I just refreshed and it worked.
Well, that means if someone comes in to cause trouble, we won't see it.
Yes, we will. Yes, because, I've got the staff that are working remotely, they're doing their work remotely.
Okay, well, let's hope that they keep doing it remotely.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks. I got the joke. You just set it up. All right. Anyway, have you given me a number yet?
Yes, 25 million.
25 million. The answer is 28 million.
Yes!
So you did pretty good. And a fourth person will be going with him as well. So $28 million. Can you imagine having that money just as spare cash, just like we would have change in our pocket. You know?
I do have change in my pocket.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like that.
But you know, he could throw some our way.
No, not going to happen.
Damn it.
This radio show makes too much money.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So anyway, think about that though. Would you pay any price to go? Is there any price that you would actually pay?
Yeah.
To go?
Yeah.
What? How much?
Probably $1 million.
No, money that you could actually pull out of your pocket.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Because right now I need every little penny I can get.
Okay, but let's say that you're.
If I was Mrs. Bezos.
No, I'm saying if you were still yourself, but you didn't owe everybody and their son.
I don't know that I would go.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. How important would it be for you to go? For me, I wouldn't go.
Yeah,
at any price. They could pay me.
I want to fly.
They could pay me, and I wouldn't go.
I want to fly, yes,
Well,
but I don't know that I would do it in a rocket.
Well, the difference is that if you're flying on a commercial jet, they take off and land every day. When
Right.
you talk about a rocket, a couple of them a year. I just don't feel comfortable with something like that. And I would like to feel comfortable, but I don't.
Right. Oh, the remote staff says yes, they are working remotely and they are still doing it.
Okay.
So, you know, you've got that remote staff.
All right.
They're really good.
Well, it's good if you have a remote.
Yeah, I think you have a few laying around here. At least you did.
I don't know. Whoops, wrong one.
You need to label those.
Well, they have names on them, but I just can't see it. All right, here we go. Now I feel mellow now.
Oh, brother.
I gotta see where it's at. Oh, stop that. That one's the one I want to use. That corner there. And that corner here, I think. Nope. That one's the one. There we go. It's that corner and that.
Just light those two up.
I wish I could keep them lit.
Well, we'll have to buy. Maybe I'll stop and buy you little stickers that are colored so you can or smiley faces. There we go. We'll get smiley faces.
Yeah, but then I
stickers.
still might end up hitting the wrong one.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to have red ones for negative, like if you wanted to have but if you wanted to have laughter. Oh, shoot, I did it again. You have laughter there, and you have, I don't know where the other one is, somewhere around here. There it is. Oh, so I have two laughters. I have one laughter here, and then I have giggles. So that's two different things. So.
You keep saying that word, and I don't know why.
I don't know.
Was that a whip cracking?
Awesome!
What, this? I don't know. What's it sound like?
A whip cracking?
Oh, I thought it was a piece of wood breaking.
Well, I don't know.
What's a whip sounding like? Do you know that for a reason?
No. Well, I've watched a lot of horse shows.
Okay. Keep your mouth near the microphone.
I am.
Or you're going to get.
Woo! I mean, ouch, pain, pain.
All right, yay!
Oh, I was corrected. Our crack research staff that are working remotely says it's billiards.
What's billiards?
Like pool?
What?
That sound that I said
It
was
says
a whip?
slash. It says slash.
Well,
that's the
crack
guitar
research
player
staff.
from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you appreciate it. All right. That's enough for that. But so the guy spent $28 million to go for a ride.
Wow.
How much would you pay, buddy? Oh, where's that?
He's laying here
okay.
sleeping.
Oh.
His belly is full.
I don't know if it's full. He's just being less of a pain.
No, I was told that is billiards because it's a
It is not. It says, I'm telling you.
It is a personalized text tone on somebody's phone.
This is, it says slash.
Yeah, like a pool stick.
Slash.
Like a pool stick. Oh, whatever.
I don't know. Why are these flashing now?
Never mind. I'm not going there.
Well, I hope this isn't going to shut down.
Internal opening.
I don't even know what internal opening means.
Then you need to go back to school.
I don't. I will be innocent. I am innocent.
Bullshit! Oh, excuse me.
Not funny.
I thought it was.
Anyway, where are we at?
I'm here. You're there.
Yeah. Okay, we finished this one. Okay. Hey, it's time to play.
Oh.
Would you rather?
Oh, I don't like this game.
This one's actually fun. This
Okay.
I'm going to play with you. I'm going to say what mine is, and you say what yours is.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather? This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay.
Okay.
And so what they're going to do is they're going to present us with different things that we would choose.
Okay.
And all we do, I mean, there's nothing sexual. There's nothing
Right.
Bizarre about it. It's just would you rather. And it's not any like would you rather have your head cut off or chopped off or would you, it's nothing like that. So the first one is.
Okay.
Wait, I got to make sure I did this. Did I do it did I do it or not? Okay, I did. Okay. Okay, so first thing. Would you rather go snowboarding with Tom Hiddleston, who is Loki,
Okay.
or go surfing with Chris Hemsworth?
Oh, that's hands down. I'd rather go surfing.
That's what I'm going to do because I don't snowboard. And I don't surf, but at least I'd be at the beach.
Hey, it's just the fact that it's with Chris Hemsworth, and I know who that is.
Well, you know who he is, too. You've seen Loki.
Yeah.
He was the bad brother of, I mean, they were
Right.
brothers.
Right.
They were both, brothers. Okay, let's see what other people want. What did they say? 39% went with Tom Hiddleston or Loki. 61%. We're going to have a lot of people there. 61% went with Chris. All right, next one. Would you rather get a facial with Elizabeth Olsen or get manis and petties with Catherine Hahn? I don't know who Catherine Hahn is, though.
I don't either.
I don't even know who Elizabeth Olsen is. We could skip that. I don't know who
Okay,
they
yeah.
are. I don't know who they are, so I
We
can't.
have to at least know who they
Well,
are.
Wait a minute. Let's see if we can find out who she is. Oh, shoot. Well, everybody wanted to get a facial with her, so
Wow.
the first with Elizabeth Olsen. I don't know who she is. But these are all Marvel characters, by the way.
Okay.
All right, now, next. Would you rather go to the fair with Zoe Saldana, who is with Guardians of the Galaxy?
Okay.
She was the I forget what color, green. I think she was green.
Okay.
Or go to the beach with Michael B. Jordan, who is the Black Panther now, the new Black Panther.
You really would have to ask me that question.
Well, yeah.
I'd rather to go to the beach, and I don't care who it's with.
Well, I'm going to go with Zoe.
Only because she's a female.
Well, because
It's the only way you can get females.
that's not according to some people. Some people, I got game. I wish it was real, but okay. The
Well, how
answer
do you
is
know it's not?
more people went to the beach with Michael B. Jordan than with Zoe. So,
See, you don't like to admit, I mean, you're very humble. So.
really? All right, next one. Would you rather go skydiving with Paul Rudd?
Okay.
He was Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Or go ice skating with Don Cheadle, who is the new Captain America. He's going to be he was the other.
There's no hard decision. I'd rather go ice skating because if you think I'm jumping out of an airplane, you're knucking butts.
I'm having a tough one with this. I wouldn't go skydiving, and I can't ice skate. So how would I choose?
I will tell you, in an ice skating rink, they have those little walkers that you can help.
I can't stand.
I can't either, but I
No.
sure as hell would have fun trying.
I guess I would have to go skydiving because I'm not going to go.
You're scared of heights.
I am.
That's why you won't go skydiving.
Maybe if it's only 5 feet.
Yeah, right.
View the results. 76% of the people went skydiving with Ant-Man.
Then let them do it and make sure we're in their wills.
All right, ready? Would you rather go over lines with Robert Downey Jr., who is he?
Robert Downey Sr.'s son?
Which character was he?
Oh, I don't remember.
Iron Man.
Yeah, okay.
or go to a karaoke bar with Chris Evans, who is Captain America.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I'm going to go with Robert Downey Jr. because I don't really want to do karaoke.
I think I would actually do the karaoke.
All right, let's see what the.
I mean, I like running lines
yeah,
with
that's
you.
what. Yeah, but everybody would be at the karaoke bar with you.
Yeah, okay.
And I'd be hanging out with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I don't do well in crowds. So
I don't either. All right, next one. Would you rather go to dinner with Samuel L. Jackson?
Okay.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Or go shopping with Tessa Thompson. Who is Tessa Thompson? I'm trying to think. Does this tell who? No, it doesn't tell me. I'd like to know who Tessa Thompson is.
Well, I just have one question on both of them.
Okay.
Who's paying and whose money are we spending?
Let's say their money.
Oh, ooh. That would be hard. There's.
Who is she?
Okay.
Put in Tessa Thompson, Marvel. Oh, Valkyrie. Okay.
Okay.
All right. She was the one that replaced Chris Hemsworth. When she took over.
Okay.
Remember, she was okay. So now we're talking about. So that's a little different.
So
Okay.
with her or Samuel? Ooh.
That's tough because I really would love to talk to Samuel L. But.
So we're going to dinner with which one?
Samuel L.
Or
shopping with Tessa. I guess I would have to go with Samuel L.
That's because you're a fat guy.
Well, yeah, but there's things that I would love to talk to him about.
Yeah, I think so because
You're going
I
to,
mean
you're
he
going
might
to dinner
pick a
with us?
good- Yeah, I think I'll go to dinner.
So we'll
with
go
you.
to dinner together. All right, next one. Mark Ruffalo. Be Mark Ruffalo's date to a movie premiere.
Is that
or
Booger?
no, that's
Oh.
Hulk.
Oh, okay.
And or be Scarlett Johansson's date for an awards dinner. That's a no-brainer for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
I'm
Scarlett
taking
Johansson.
Scarlett. You're going to go with Scarlett too? You're not going with the Hulk?
Even though he's got the dark hair, dark
Really?
eyes.
That's your boy. That's,
I know, but see, he didn't comb his hair.
you could comb it for him. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
See, I think that's because
You're afraid he would get angry and then rip his clothes off, and then
he'd
you'd be stuck with a
green
naked
with
guy.
envy.
Yeah. So you're going to go with her on our date.
Yep.
I want to go with her by myself.
I have to be his chaperone.
I want to go with her by myself. I don't want you there.
Huh. You know, we
more
do
people
the
are going to
show
be
together.
more people would want to be with Scarlett Johansson.
We do the show together. We might as well do a date with Scarlett together too.
All right. Would you rather go dancing with Anthony Mackie, who is he's one of the wing guys,
Okay.
I can't think of his name. Or go to a comedy show with Sebastian Stan. I don't know who Sebastian Stan is, but I'm not going to go dancing with Anthony Mackie. So
Let's see, Sebastian Stan.
the Winter Soldier. Oh, okay. He was the he was the one that they were chasing in the one movie.
Okay.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We saw
Okay.
that many years ago. Yeah, I would rather hang out with him at the comedy show because I'm not going dancing with Mackie.
Can we volunteer as to who the comedian is? Maybe he's
Doesn't
going to see-
matter.
we could go see Rich Guzzi with him.
Doesn't matter which comedian.
Okay.
I'm going with him. So what about you? You going to do?
Yep, I'm going with him.
Oh, get out of here! I'm tired of you hanging out on my dates.
Tough noogies.
Would you rather go on a hike with Cumberbatch, who is Doctor Strange, or go on a Ferris wheel ride with Brie Larson, which is Captain Marvel? I would do her. I mean, go with her.
Okay, what is his?
Go on a hike with Benedict Cumberbatch, which is Doctor Strange.
Right.
Or go on a Ferris wheel ride with Brie Larson.
If we're deciding
America.
right now, I'm going on a Ferris wheel ride.
No, no, this is my date. You
I
go with
can't hike.
You go with Cumberbatch.
No.
Although he's gay, so it wouldn't do you much good to go with him. But
And I can't go on a hike now
and
anyway.
more people are going on a hike with him than you. Stay away with her. That's mine.
Jealous, aren't we?
Captain Marvel is mine.
Jealous,
And
aren't we?
finally, last but not least, would you rather go on a picnic with Spider-Man, Tom Holland, or go to a music festival with Zendaya.
Zendaya. I'm going with her because I know who she is. She's too young for you.
Well, so is he. I mean, not that I want him. He's the third Spider-Man. So let us go on our own date. Stay away from us.
You can after I'm done.
Let's see. And she was he got the most for that. So I guess mostly.
See, I watched her on Dancing with the Stars, so I
really?
at least have something to talk to her about.
Well, she was in which Marvel was it? I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I think. All right, so and this is Mark Ruffalo here. Can't believe you wouldn't go with him.
Nope.
You just want to make sure
I don't like to hike. I can't.
You only wanted to go so you would make sure I didn't have any fun.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you got me. Oh.
There's a song in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Ken!
Anyway, I thought you would like that. That was a nice little different thing for us. Now, let's talk about... I can't believe I was saying I'd go out with some of these people because most of them were men. Anyway, next one. So we did the Would You Rather. See, that was innocent enough, right?
Uh-huh.
Usually I make them harder than that. But this is really cool. Van Halen. We talked about Eddie Van Halen.
Okay.
We talked about him having an auction, or a lot of his stuff was going for auction. And one of his guitars recently went for sale.
Okay.
How much do you think it was?
Oh, we're back to this game
Yes.
again.
Yeah, it'll be less than $1 million and more than $1.
Can I smack you?
Why? I gave you a range, so you don't say $2 million or.
Okay, between $1 million and $1.
Yep.
Let's see if I can do this
all right.
again.
I'll make it a little better.
Okay.
Between
Don't you dare say $2.
$1,000
Okay.
and $1. No, 1,000 and $1 million. Between 1,000 and $1 million.
Just only a few more zeros. Okay, let me see. Between 1,000 and $1 million. And it's an Eddie Van Halen guitar, right?
Yes, it is.
Let's see. Yeah, I know it's getting awful smoky in here, isn't it? I'm going to say 75,000.
75,000. And by the way, Prince guitars were there too.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Went for $210,000.
Wow. I was
But
way off
a
on
Prince
that one.
guitar Prince's Blue Cloud, which I believe is this one, went for $281,250.
Wow.
And Eddie Van Halen Charvel series guitars, which is I don't know if that was for one or was that for 3 guitars. Let me see here. A recent auction, the auction brought in $5 million in 3 days after it sold a series of guitars. Okay, 5 Charvel guitars had been stage played and later signed by the late God, Eddie Van Halen. So that actually was for 5 guitars. $210,000 was for 5 guitars. However, 2 black and white Bumblebee inspired models. I'm thinking that's those 2. Sold for $38,400 and $41,600. They were up for grabs along with the red and white Frankenstein model.
Wow.
And that sold for $40,625. So, I mean, that's a lot of money. It says a reverse colored Charvel sold for $38,400. And a black and white, or black and silver, sold for $51,200. To me, that's just an obscene amount of money. There's one of the black and yellow
That was a
Charvels.
Steelers guitar, it looks like.
Steelers guitar?
Yeah, black and yellow. The football team.
Oh. Okay. Well, elsewhere, the Blue Cloud guitar from 1984 for Prince sold for $281, $250 for one guitar. That's just really obscene. That's a lot of money. That one there right there. That one sold for $281,000.
Wow. See, now I like that.
Well, he
You
always
can
had
buy me that for my birthday.
he always had unique guitars. And it says here, other noteworthy was a 1995 Fender Telecaster played and signed by Tom Petty. That sold for $37,500. And a Cort guitar signed by Paul McCartney. Now, when I was a kid, Cort guitars were the junkiest of junk. But this one was signed by Paul McCartney and Idris Elba, sold for $22,400. That's just as unbelievable that they got that kind of money for those. An Alex Van Halen drum kit. Want to guess what that went for? That was my next article, but it's actually in this article too. Do you think it sold for more or less than the guitars?
More.
More? Okay, how much do you think?
Probably about 100,000, maybe.
$210,000
Wow.
for a drum set. Well, actually, here it said. Actually, here it said 230,000. The other article I have says 210,000. So
Meet in the middle and say 220.
now, Kurt Cobain, a rare self-portrait. How much you think? They estimated it would sell for 10,000.
And it probably went 9,000.
281,500
Wow.
for a freaking sketch of himself, a self-portrait. That is just unheard of.
Well, I guess you know what you got to do now, don't you?
Yeah, I'll be lucky to get my paint supplies back. Picture drawn of TNT Music Center watermarked paper, sports a sketch of Cobain wielding a guitar, and carries an inscription, "I don't know how to play, and I don't give a hoot." That sold for $281,500. So, wow, we can see here's a Julian Auctions listing of what went. Oh no, is this what new ones? This is what's okay. What are we looking here? Catalog store registered a bid. See, I could never afford to even look at a site like this. With $280,000 for a freaking picture of that he hand sketched by himself. Ugh. Kurt Cobain. You know, I really understand that, but Kurt Cobain really was only in the music scene publicly
Right.
for 3 years,
Okay.
and all that stuff happened. Just a lot of crazy stuff. All right, we'll move on. So I talk about AEW, and I'll give you a little history on AEW.
Right.
All right, so here we go, AEW. Now, I'm a big fan of AEW. I've loved wrestling ever since I was a little kid, ever since I was like 11, 12, something like that.
Okay.
And this is the kind of wrestling that my dad would have liked. And this is the kind I grew up to. And there's people like Nietzsche that love WWE and think it's the greatest thing in the world.
Okay.
But there's a difference between WWE and old school NWA that I used to watch. And AEW is closer to the old school. It's not really exactly like, oh, look who's here. Well, that's nice to see her there. But there's a difference between the old school NWA stuff and and what we see on TV today. But today it's the closest thing you see to what I used to watch is the AEW. It's not Impact. Impact doesn't even come close because Impact, for the most part, I think is not really as good as it should be, considering as long as they've been on the air. But I really believe that AEW, it's not going to take over WWE.
Okay.
But it's going to give WWE a reason to work harder.
Okay.
So That's the bottom line. So anyway, AEW. Let's give you a little background about AEW, about who Tony Khan is. Tony Khan's the owner of AEW, but you really to get.
Is he Shaka's husband? Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
Oh, my thing went off. Oh, well, that sucked. There you go. You know what this is?
Face palm.
You know what this is? That's what that is. All right. So here's the story on Tony Khan and who he is, where he comes from, how he had money to create the business, and stuff like that. Because that stuff's all information that somebody doesn't just show up and start a wrestling company. Because people do start wrestling companies every day, and they never get any traction. All the places I worked for, well, not all the places, but a lot of the places I worked for when I was doing wrestling, they didn't have the funding to do anything big. Now, there's very few companies, as far as I'm concerned, that are worth television time and stuff. Ring of Honor,
Right.
WWE, AEW. They're all worthy of television because they have a high budget and they have people that write the show and know kind of what they're doing. So here's what Tony Khan's from. I'm just going to give you a background and all that stuff. AEW CEO, general manager, and head of creative, Tony Khan, and the family and the company were just profiled on Forbes for their daily cover feature. The piece was done by Forbes Wealth team writer Hank Tucker. Now, the biggest problem with Impact is that they were basically a money pit. Okay. They couldn't get their traction because everybody that owned the company was never in the business, and it was just somebody's pet project. It started out right with Jeff Jarrett owning the company, but he ran out of money quickly, and then the next group of people ran out of money quickly, and now it's owned by Billy Corgan, who is the Smashing Pumpkins guy. Okay, so when you talk about that kind of stuff, you got to have a goal and a plan, and you can't just throw it on. And if you're a non-wrestling person trying to run a wrestling business,
right,
you're going to listen to the wrong people, and all of a sudden you're going to start listening to the stars who say we should do it this way, and the stars don't. They're only looking out for themselves, so they're not going to be correct. They're not going to be right doing things, and that's what happened with Impact. And a lot of people gave up on Impact. I just recently watched one of their pay-per-views, and I'll tell you, the wrestling was less than stellar.
Wow.
It was really bad. I mean, there were missed spots, and it was really bad. But anyway, Tony Khan, however, was smart Impact was smart in that they got a lot of big names to jump over, but they didn't, if you don't push them right, they don't get over. AEW grabbed Chris Jericho as his first name and had the Young Bucks, which are nobody knows outside of the indies. So they are doing a great job, by the way. I'm not going to say anything bad about them, but they promoted this couple of guys, and we had heard the Young Bucks from when I was doing it,
right?
And we'd never seen them live. But then you got one of the other principal members of this is, and the reason I started watching it was Rhodes.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes. Whew. Boy, I just blanked out. Cody Rhodes is one of the principal people.
It's that old age
and
catching up with
and
you.
he was the big face of the show, and Chris Jericho was the big heel of the show in the beginning. And they built the show around those names and around Kenny Omega, who we knew, and I don't remember if we interviewed him or not, but I'm curious.
I don't think so.
I'm curious I'm going to have to look into my archives, but I know we talked about him, but we may not have interviewed him. But back in the day, and he's an international star. He was never in WWE, and anyway, so that's who the principal players are here. And right now we have Britt Baker, who is an actual dentist out of Pittsburgh, who started with WWE and ended up at AEW. She's the women's champion. And it's really interesting that WWE got word that she was probably going to win, and they showed a match of her being squashed on WWE, which I thought was funny. And they never said anything of it. They just did it as just being funny. But anyway, here we go. So here we got Khan commented on WWE. I don't want to be the next blank company of the past, and you can fill in the blank. Khan said that WWE chairman and CEO Vince McMahon vanquished over the years. So, you talk about WCW. He bought everything from WCW. He bought AWA stuff. He bought all the companies as they were, he basically liquidated all them. But he bought them for the right reason. If you look at the WWE stuff that he now has the largest compilation of videos of the generation that I'm talking about. Because all the stuff from AWA he owns all the stuff from NWA, he owns it, all this footage of the era that I liked, he owns it all. And he bought the companies as they came up. He bought Stampede, he bought all these companies, and so if you ever want to see what the past was, he owns it, pretty much. So that's what he's saying. I don't want to be the next blank company of the past for him to buy. We love wrestling of the past, wrestling of the present, and wrestling of the future. That's what gives us a great chance and retain and gain an audience share. Their audience share is getting bigger and bigger every time. And it's funny because I was listening to a radio show, the Wrestling Observer radio show, basically, and they were saying how, there was a pay-per-view Sunday.
Right.
It was NXT, which is it was originally meant as NXT was the farm team that was feeding talent into WWE. And they still do that, but they became their own brand. They actually became popular with the fans, and they have their own pay-per-views now. And that's a really big thing because who are they competing with?
Themselves.
Pretty much, yes, but it's not really competing because they aren't expecting WWE numbers out of that. However, NXT isn't doing the numbers AEW is.
Wow.
But there's a reason for it, and here's the reason. And this is an analyst that was talking, not me. The matches Sunday were all good, but it was missing something.
Okay.
It was missing the heart,
Yeah.
the emotions. And that's something AEW has been able to capture, is they are capturing the emotions of winning. Britt Baker, they spent a year talking about making her champion, and she finally won the championship. Kenny Omega was a face in there for the first year, but he turned heel, and all of a sudden he's a hot heel. They started a feud with Impact. That made Impact, it raised Impact up a little bit, and it raised them up. It gave them credibility. They're admitting there are other promotions out there. Does WWE talk about other promotions? No. Not really. They talk about NXT occasionally, but they don't really talk about the competition, if you want to call it that, because there is no competition with WWE at this time. But this is what they did last time. They ignored the competition, then it got out of hand, and then they lost in the ratings. But that's not going to happen for a while yet, if it happens. He also said he's not worried about the WWE. He would rather recreate the heyday of WCW versus WWE than have a chokehold on pro wrestling like McMahon has for 20 years. He's had nobody go up against him for the past 20 years. When they bought WCW, that was the end of the era. And you look at this and you think, well, okay, they're on TNT. That's where WCW was. So we go further. We talk a little further about it, and we talk about how There's no reason why there needs to be one wrestling company, according to Khan. The wrestling business is hotter than it's ever been. And really, if you think about it, I thought with the pandemic, that would wipe out wrestling, because wrestling is dependent about an audience reactions to things.
Right.
So the first couple of weeks, it was horrible to watch because they had no idea what they were going to do. Then they came up with their, hey, we now have an audience by putting people that were calling in or that were modeming in. And so they had an audience again, and they had reactions again. And it wasn't the best thing they could do, but it was the best thing they could do at the time. So now we have an audience again, and it made it interesting. So now we go a little further. It says here, then it says, there's no reason why there needs to be one company. The wrestling business is hotter than ever. It says here, the article referred to Khan as a skinny stats geek who operates more with a smile than a scowl. Okay, that sounds okay. And noted how he moderated internet wrestling message boards as a kid. That's something that's really kind of cool. So as a kid, he was a moderator of wrestling message boards. Had nothing to do with the business. He was just a kid that was so into wrestling that he did that. Well, his dad happens to be a multi-billionaire. And that's nice. That helps things. It helps you. I mean, if my dad were a billionaire, I think I would have gotten a different way of living than I am now. I'd still end up on the radio, probably.
Probably.
But here's what it says. It says and how he moderated message boards and was known to dress for Halloween as Randy Savage.
Oh,
well into manhood. It says, as a fan, Khan was waiting for a chance to reimagine pro wrestling that he loved. The Dynamite name was picked by Khan more than 20 years ago as he sketched out potential episodes in his junior high notebook. Now, that's how young he is, because we're talking about 20 years ago. He was in high school. And he's glad that WCW failed because it led to AEW succeeding. Because you can learn a lot about what was wrong with WCW by studying WCW and not doing that. And he was smart enough to not do that. I'm glad that WCW failed because it created a vacancy for us to come in and succeed. But he made it he made it through a fairly bleak period for the wrestling business. It's noted that Khan started AEW with a major investment from his father. His father is billionaire Shahid Khan. Shahid Khan. If you want to look him up in Wikipedia, the guy has made his money.
Can you spell it?
Shahid is Shahid. Khan is Khan. Wow, what did that say about yacht price? That guy has here it is. Now read what it says.
He's a Pakistani-American billionaire businessman and sports tycoon. He is the owner of Flex and Gate, an American automotive company.
That's where he made all his money. He made his money on car parts.
He's also the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars of the NFL.
Yep.
Fulham FC of the Championship, and co-owner of All Elite Wrestling. He was featured on the front cover of Forbes magazine in 2012, associating him as the face of the American dream. And as of March 2021, his personal net worth is $8 billion.
$8 billion.
Yep. He ranked 66 in the Forbes 400 list of richest Americans in 2020 and the 183rd richest person in the world. And he's also the richest person of Pakistani origin.
That's wild, isn't it? To me, that's just unbelievable. Now, here's the neat thing. Okay, so it was, where are we at? Up here. It was noted that Khan started the AEW with a major investment from his father, which was reported to be up to $100 million to start the company. The first 3 months of AEW Dynamite airing were on TNT were successful enough to secure a 4-year, $175 million deal with Warner Media. Warner Media owns TNT and TBS and all that stuff.
Right.
Tony said his father encouraged his passion for pro wrestling, even though he didn't understand it. I wish my parents would have told me to go for it in all the things that I did, because, well, maybe I wouldn't have been as into it if they had done that, but I may have been more into it. I don't know, but it's neat to see that his family said, okay, I don't really understand what you're doing, but go do it if it makes you happy.
Right.
So, I mean, when you think about it from that perspective, he definitely had a chance to do things that his family didn't know if he would succeed or not. But his dad was pretty cool about it. His dad's philosophy was, was that, well, okay, before I tell you that, he said he didn't understand it, but, his first investment into Tony's obsession was a father-son trip. Now, they're from Chicago. A father-son trip to, where do you think what promotion do you think he saw? And it's not WWE.
Ring of Honor.
It's not Ring of Honor. It's before Ring of Honor, the same place.
ECW.
Yes. His first, what?
You have a high mic.
His dad, he had a father-son trip to Philadelphia in 1996 to watch ECW at the ECW Arena, a reward for a 13-year-old after he agreed to take the entrance exam and enroll in the University of Illinois Laboratory High School. My dad couldn't believe what he was seeing. He was like, this is a mix between underground rock show and a cult. And if you ever been to the ECW Arena, that is it. That's what you are seeing.
Yep.
It's totally, it was not anything like anywhere else. And people have tried to duplicate it all over the world, but nobody has been able to duplicate ECW.
Wasn't that saying often imitated, never duplicated?
That's exactly right.
I thought so.
So it goes to a step further. So he saw what his son saw, and he couldn't believe it. So it was noted that Tony continued watching WWE at the University of Illinois, and then he worked at a biofuels company. His father followed his own dream of NFL ownership, so that's why they own the Jaguars. Where was it? And through other ventures amassed an estimated $8 billion fortune. And by 2018, Tony knew WWE stars like Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes would be free agents by the end of the year. And he would have a chance to lay the groundwork for AEW. And if it would just be tens of millions of dollars, and then Daddy agreed to the tens of millions of dollars, or actually, I think it was $100 million is what he needed. It's just kind of funny to think, hey, Dad, I want to start a wrestling company. I need tens of millions of dollars to do it. You think about that. Then it talks about, Forbes said that he didn't think AEW was a good idea at first, but he knew he was leaving Tony and his sister a lot of money when he dies. So he felt that they should blow money on things like that while he was still alive. And now, I absolutely don't think this was a good idea, but I told Tony, look, when I'm dead and gone, I'm going to be leaving you and your sister a lot of money. Why don't you blow some of it while I'm alive?
Sure, why not? I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be glad to help spend it.
Yeah, I'll bet. So.
What?
I could see, hey, who wouldn't want to do that?
Right, exactly.
So Forbes noted that $43 million that AEW received from TNT in 2020 made up the largest share of the revenue. That Khan said he expects AEW's wrestling division to be profitable this year as the pay-per-view numbers are growing with the ticket sales. Plus, revenue from the new TV show with Warner media for Rampage, which will premiere in August. They're going to put. I think Rampage is going to be on TNT. Is going to be on TBS.
Okay.
So now, if that's the case, he's already in the green, I think, where he's making money. And it says here, which will premiere in August. It revealed that AEW's 8-figure investment in a video game development will keep the company in the red and not profitable for now. But once they release that video game, But I mean, they're going in the right direction. And it says here that the Forbes piece also includes something from Cody Rhodes talking about TNT, TBS, and True TV. But I mean, I just found it really interesting that the background that he had. I mean, if I was offered that chance of spending money while my dad was still alive, I think I probably would have done it on music. I think I would have had him fund my CD. But I don't know, a wrestling company would be kind of cool too, but there's a lot of things involved in a wrestling company that I don't think I would like. All the political stuff involved.
Well, think about it. You were part of the wrestling school.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying that I don't know that I would be into an actual owning of a company. I mean, there's certain things that are awesome about that, but I don't know. I would love to have. I mean, at least I'd be involved in the wrestling again if I had my own company. But anyway, all right, that's enough of that. So the next thing I want to talk about was the Avengers.
Ooh.
Avengers Endgame theory. Loki proves that Thanos held a secret time travel secret. A secret time travel secret? No. Proves that Thanos held a time travel secret. Ooh, that didn't seem to be a problem saying the second time. The thing about this Avengers, the movies were so captivating. I don't remember ever being so captivated by a series of movies as I was by the Endgame stuff. The writing and stuff where it was all so good. And they came up with a story that made you want to come back. And each time, usually when there's a sequel to something, it's not nearly as good as the first one. The first one is just the greatest one, and then they get diminishing.
Especially for some of us who don't like change.
But this movie got better as it went. And the end game was probably the best I've ever seen. So what is interesting is that Loki has his own television series now.
Right.
And he died in the end game, if you remember. He died at the very, very, very beginning of the end game. Do you remember that?
A little bit.
He died. He was the first guy that died.
Right.
When him and his brother.
Okay. Thor.
No. Him and Thor were on that flight with Thanos, and Thanos said, "You have to give up whatever it is, the jewel or whatever it is," and they kept trying to keep it from him, and he ended up killing Loki. So it's one of those things that it says it's through the search for the Infinity Stones consumed his life. Loki puts the Mad Titan's quest into perspective by hilariously repurposing his all-powerful gems as paperweights. Now, there's a far more existential threat on the way, the concept of the multiverse, which could break open the MCU in a number of strange and surprising ways. Now, the multiverse is something that DC has already done. DC has done the multiverse with Green Arrow and Superman and Superwoman or Supergirl or whatever, and all of them guys. they're going to explore the concept of the multiverse with them. So it says here, but could Thanos have already known what he was facing in the terms of the multiverse? This theory posts the Mad Titan was far more intelligent than he seemed, but he was out searching for each of the stones, and the stones had each of these powerful things. But it's kind of interesting that, you know, Thanos. I still like the fact that Thanos was the same person as what was his name on Deadpool? Freaking A.
Who played Deadpool?
No, not Deadpool, but the Deadpool adversary.
Oh.
Cable.
Okay.
The guy's name was Cable. So it was the same guy playing in both parts, and he was the heavy in both of those movies. It was just kind of funny. So anyway, Loki's now streaming on Disney. If you don't know, I said it was something else, but Disney is where it's at. So I don't get Disney, so I can't watch it per se. Anyway, I don't even know what my point was on that. I guess my point is to say that if you are into Loki, you could still watch Loki.
I think somebody says he looks like you.
Well, I'm just as powerful as he was.
And tall.
Well, I don't know if I'm that tall. He was pretty tall.
Well, you're taller than me.
Yeah, who isn't?
There are some people that are not.
Okay.
My grandchildren, for one.
Well, that's good. Did you ever? This has happened to me occasionally, but not as important as it was to them. Anchors freeze after an inappropriate moment. We have inappropriate moments here too, but Jessica, we are live. She says. So it's funny because it says the internet has picked up the phrase "Jessica, we are live" thanks to a viral faux pas between two newscasters. And see if we have make sure we have volume. Because she started talking, and but the one froze at the one point. Squabbles between coworkers are nothing new. It happens when presenters L. Marie Kapunda and Jessica Kaimu from Namibia. I don't know. Yeah. Had theirs. It was a broadcast live. No, you're not going to do that. You're just going to greet me and say, "Take it away," Camus told Kapunda. Jessica, we are live, Kapunda responded. There's nothing but dead air and some tense staring between the two women. But eventually, a news graphic appeared and transitioned into a new segment. The Twitter user at Shadows of Wolf shared Kapunda and Kaimu's moment, and the clip now has almost 1 million views. The face expression kills me, man, a user tweeted. LOL, Jessica chose the wrong time to settle scores, another said. Wait a minute, aren't we going to see it?
Guess not.
I guess we're not. Well, they cheated me. I was expecting them to do that. What the freak? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here's the video of it.
Champion Coca-Cola to fight in Ukraine this coming Saturday, and for more on this, Jessica, Jessica. When we speak about sports, we are here that Coca-Cola will be fighting in Saturday. We're not going to do that. We'll just be team and then take it away. Jessica, we're live.
Jessica, we're live. Oops. Uh-oh. And we're just sitting there. We got live. We're live now.
Wow.
Time. It's funny. I mean, it's not, I guess, but it's really funny because you know the backstory that.
Uh-huh.
It's funny.
Yeah, this is how you know you're not supposed to do personal stuff on the air.
Or get angry at people when you're a coworker. Anyway.
Yeah.
So when Mark Zuckerberg wanted to use a Pink Floyd song, what do you think?
He got turned down because they always nail him like they do.
He says,
you.
F you for wanting to use a Pink Floyd song. Oh, let me change the other article because they aren't letting me use it. Here we go. Roger Waters rejected huge deal from Facebook. It must be nice when you're so wealthy, you can turn down money to use one of your songs. I would love that. Darn. But yeah, so like the reason Roger Waters was mad was their political views on Facebook. I mean, like for instance, one of the things they do, they blocked. I don't know that this is one of them. They blocked Trump.
Okay.
And that was, but it says here Roger Waters rejected a huge offer from Facebook and the use of Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, and called the corporation's boss, Mark Zuckerberg, one of the most powerful idiots in the world. Speaking during an event that's part campaign of the Free WikiLeaks founder, Julian Assange, the imprisoned subject of an international debate over freedom of expression, Waters said the offer had come directly from Zuckerberg, who wanted to use the song to film, to promote Facebook and Instagram. So it's a missive from Mark Zuckerberg to me, Waters said in a new video clip, arrived with a huge offer, huge amount of money, and the answer is, F you, no effing way.
Wow.
He added that he mentioned the letter as an example of an insidious movement of them to take away absolutely everything. So you know who Julian Assange is, right? Assange.
No.
He was the man that released WikiLeaks.
Okay, okay.
Certain countries like ours wanted to put him away for life for treason.
Okay.
Or for something like that. But yeah, it's just really interesting. It says, Waters read aloud some of Zuckerberg's letter. We want to thank you for considering this project. We feel that the core sentiment of this song is so prevalent and necessary today, which speaks to how timeless your work is truly. And yet, they want to make Facebook and Instagram even bigger and more powerful than it already is. So I can continue to censor all of us in this room and prevent this story about Julian Assange getting out. And Waters said, so the general public could say, what? No more. So he suggested it was more important for people with power to stand against alleged limitations of free expression by social media corporations. I will not be a party to this BS, Zuckerberg, Waters said before becoming more personal in his attack. You think, how did this little prick who started off saying, she is pretty, we'll give her 4 out of 5, she's ugly, we'll give her 1, how the F he could get any power in anything, and yet here he is, one of the most powerful idiots in the world. So there you go. There are people that have standards and have morals and will stand up for what they believe. So thumbs up, Roger Waters. I really think that took a lot of guts. Yeah, I really am impressed by the fact. I mean, the guy has more money than most people anyway. But the fact is, he's not a money grubbing whore.
Right.
He can, he has principles and he stands up to what he feels is right. So I really think it's awesome that he wouldn't let him use the song, and I'm going to stand by that.
2 songs came to mind. Stand By Your Man by Tammy Wynette.
Yeah. Well.
Or I'm Still Standing by Elton John.
Well, there's a TV show called Kevin Can F Himself.
Yes, I've seen.
I'm going to have to watch it.
commercials.
I'm going to have to watch it. There's a reason why I'm going to watch it.
Because of the F?
No.
Oh.
Actually, I wasn't going to watch it until I read who's in it.
Oh.
The reason I'm going to watch it and what it's about, the reason I'm going to watch it is it appeals to me on a different level. The reason I'm going to watch it is that that girl right there was in Schitt's Creek.
Okay.
And she was hilarious. She is really funny. Her name's Annie Murphy. And I will watch this because of her. But it's interesting because the things that they're doing with this show, it actually potentially could be a pretty good show, I think. But at first glance, I wasn't interested in that movie or in that show because I thought, what are we calling it this for? But they actually have a reason for calling it that. Hold on here. Just got to put this in. All right. There we go. It's kind of cool because it's basically about some. She's the actually in Schitt's Creek she wasn't. She was a kind of a ditzy daughter that was privileged. In this, she's the responsible one, and these two guys here are irresponsible as anything. It says, well, first off, the reason why it's called Kevin Can F Himself. For those who have forgotten, back in 2016, Kevin James starred in a sub-mediocre multicam sitcom called Kevin Can Wait. I actually liked that movie or that TV show, but it didn't get any traction and it ended up going away.
Right.
Instantly outdated show about a newly retired, self-absorbed man-child married to an often exasperated Donna, an extremely talented comic actress wasted as an arms folded wet blanket was not to blame for Kevin Can Wait being bad, but she became a scapegoat for the series. And actually, they replaced her with, do you remember he had a show before that, King of Queens?
Okay.
And his wife on that show became his wife on this show, or his girlfriend on this show after they got rid of his wife or whatever.
Oh.
But anyway, it died out. But that's where they got the idea for the thing.
Okay.
And I kind of like the idea of it because it says here, cut to Kevin Can F Himself, which at first looks like an outdated multicam, self-absorbed man-child, Kevin, who is Eric Peterson, constantly getting into misadventures with his equally juvenile neighbor and friend, Neil, and Neil's grouchy sister, Patty. And the only person unamused by the shenanigans is Kevin's wife, Allison. And that's Annie Murphy, my hero. So she has a secret when she leaves the overlit domestic sphere populated by her needy husband. Her world changes dramatically. The world becomes a gritty, shadow-filled single cam. But anyway, it looks like it's going to be an interesting show. I think I'm going to watch this show.
Okay, you'll have to tell me.
Yes.
Because I don't know that I'll be able to watch it either.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, why'd you take your headphones off?
Because I'm getting sleepy.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You typed me a note. Well, then I guess we'll have to cut to the other scene.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's talk about this weekend.
Oh, can we not?
I am going to tell you what I did.
Okay.
There's a picture of the ocean on my screen, and I went there.
And you didn't? Well.
I didn't take you. Yes, I did not. And I had a good time, and the water was beautiful. It really looks like it's far away there.
But it isn't.
It isn't. It is really, it was getting, that was low tide, and it was really getting close, and I loved it. It was just awesome. It was just, I didn't get in the water. It just was nice. It was
now, you know,
calming.
The last time that we went, you bitched because I didn't get in the water.
Well,
and
it was
this
too
time
cold.
You didn't.
It was too cold.
Oh,
there's no
chicken
way.
shit.
No, nobody was in the water. Well, there were a couple people in the water, but very few and far between. But it was awesome. It was My favorite place in the world.
And you wouldn't even send me video.
Well, you were a little busy, from what I can remember.
Yeah, that's true.
I was on my way down, and I had a 911 from you, and I couldn't reach it because I was stuck on the Shore-Kill Expressway. I was stuck on the Shore-Kill Expressway. I didn't have you blocked.
No, your car just wouldn't say that I was calling you.
Well, that's when I realized that there's definitely something wrong with the number, and I figured out what it was. So I figured out what it is. So in the meantime, you were having fun around here.
No, wasn't fun at all. Don't even go there.
Tell me what was going on.
Well, I went and took a little road trip to see a couple friends of mine. You know,
that's a lie right there.
I had planned to get down and, you know, hang out with them and help. And somebody, I won't say anybody's name, but excuse me, decided to. He decided he wanted a new car.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be one thing you could do.
But what ended up happening was we were sitting at a red light.
Yes, Leah Remini.
Okay.
That was the
girl, yeah.
Wife. Yeah. I was trying to remember her name, but anyway, go ahead.
We were sitting at a red light. We had run a couple errands, and we were heading to this pizza place that he used to work at called Procopio's.
Procopio's.
Okay.
All right.
And we're sitting there, and all at once we saw this Jeep, of all things, coming from our right side. And he was going pretty fast. And we're just kind of like watching, and at the same time, here comes a van, or I guess that's a Ford Escape, I think they said, coming from our left, making a right turn on red. Now, this is a main intersection, and it's right off the turnpike. And we're sitting there, and we saw the Jeep hit the van not once but twice.
Is that the van?
That's the van.
The van twice he hit it.
Yep.
How do you hit it twice?
The front, and when you spin, you hit the back.
Ah, okay.
And when they hit the back, the Jeep went straight into us.
Which is this picture here. That one there.
And pushed us back 1,000 feet into another Jeep.
1,000 feet. Wow.
Yep.
Into the. Wait, is that the back? Or is that
no,
the
that's the
front?
front of my friend's car.
Your friend? Is he only a friend?
That's what we are saying. He's a friend. And it pushed us into that Jeep.
1,000 feet back to hit it?
Yep, because she had seen the first accident.
And she probably thought, oh, I'm safe.
And that's why she did.
Well,
that's
that
why she stopped way back.
Well, that sucks.
Yep. So,
wow.
You know, my friend's asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm going, no.
How did this end up in the front, though?
That's where he hit the van, or the other car, the first time.
Wow.
Because when he hit on an angle, and then it spun it like around where he hit the back, and then bounced into us. And it happened so fast that even now I still have flashbacks of a grill right in front of me, because I've never been involved in a head-on collision, let alone a Jeep sandwich.
Jeez. Oh, yeah? How'd you have that happen? That's funny.
Yep, a Jeep sandwich. But I couldn't get out of the car. The door wouldn't open. So the driver of the Jeep actually
it looks like it.
First come over. He pulled the door open so I could get out. Nobody was seriously hurt, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's good.
But if the driver of that Jeep would have hit us head on, I would have had an engine in my lap.
Well, I mean, think about it. He hit your side more than he hit the other guy's side.
That's why I said I'd have had an engine in my lap.
Oh, man.
So I can honestly say the only thing, I mean, everybody was not hurt for the most part. I mean, I have a sore knee. I had a scratch or a cut on my one leg. But as you can see, you know, 2 of the vehicles are definitely not repairable. We're not sure if that one will get fixed, let alone.
No, I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Look the other Jeep.
Look, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's frame damage there, probably. I would imagine they're going to be all totaled. That just and look how far that tire was pushed back. It's pushed into there. That's amazing. Jeez.
But it was funny because when my friend got out and he's checking, asking people if everybody's okay, it's like,
Oops. That's
none of us panicked, which was good. We all kept ourselves calm, and I'm thinking, okay, I tried to call my daughter, and she wouldn't answer, and I texted her with a 911, nothing. I tried you, left a voicemail, even tried to text 911, nothing.
Yeah,
I called his roommate, had to call her twice, and then the next thing I know, she's there. She was there within 5 minutes because they lived close. And
crazy.
so I wasn't going to go to the hospital. I didn't want to go, but they convinced me, saying, just as a precautionary measure, because I was limping.
Right.
And I'm like, all right.
You should,
I'll
because
go.
if anything happens where your
That's
knee
true.
lets go while you're walking,
That's true.
That's all part of the
That's true.
situation. I wouldn't.
So, I went and got checked out, and thankfully they said nothing was wrong, but, I was going to be sore, which we were. I couldn't get sleep that night because, I was having the visions of the grill in front of me, plus the pain.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I get an MRI tomorrow.
Oh.
Because my meniscus.
Well, that's what they were checking for me because they thought maybe that was part of it.
Oh, we could have meniscus.
We could have
surgeries.
a meniscus party.
We could have meniscus party, yeah.
But yeah, it just, we went and got my friend's car cleaned out yesterday, which was fun because I started to get in from the passenger side again to clean the glove box out, and I'm just reliving everything. And I'm like, I've got to do this. Just get it cleaned out, get it done quickly, and get out of here.
Well, you're lucky. You're both lucky that you didn't get it worse.
And when I looked up and I saw the airbag, the windshield on my side was spidered.
Yeah.
And the last time I saw a windshield like that,
well, you said you were bleeding. What was bleeding?
Mine was my cut here on my leg.
Wow. What were you cut by?
I don't know.
Oh.
But the 85-year-old man of the van that was making the right, he must have had like an age spot or something. His skin's real thin. He was bleeding pretty heavy. But he too was glad that everybody was okay. Just shaken up or whatnot. And it just was awful, but it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been. If it had been just a few feet either way, you could have. Yeah.
And the bad thing was, we weren't sure if my friend was going to have to pay for the car behind us because we went back into her. But from what I understand from different people that I've talked to, that it shouldn't be because she was like us, a victim of circumstance. We were at the wrong place, the wrong time.
Well,
but I can tell you, I hate that intersection.
The wrong place at the right time.
No, because
it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened if it was the wrong place at the wrong time.
But I just, even now, we've been driving through that intersection, and I get the willies. Wow. I hate it.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're lucky.
Yes.
You guys both are lucky. I'm glad that you didn't end up in the.
Yeah, I couldn't even go to work yesterday. I hurt that bad. I went to get out of bed, and I'm like, nope.
So the guy that started the whole thing was that Jeep
driver. Yep, a 22-year-old young man. All because he was trying to race a red light. Now, all I can say out of this, well, I was saying a couple things, and the one's going to sound mean, but it really wasn't. It wasn't meant to be, is I'm glad it wasn't my car. I'm sorry that it was my friend's car, but I'm glad it wasn't mine.
Well, I can understand that.
Because then I'd be saying, Mike, I need the Jeep again.
I'm glad it wasn't my car either. However, there's a new ratings out, the National Safety, whatever it is it does. The top 5 cars are all Tesla.
Wow. Now, the old saying is accidents happen within a couple miles from home. This one was a couple miles from my friend's home. It was right there, and, you can see in that picture there the 2 front airbags were out. But he also had one down by his knees that popped.
Well, I wonder if there's side airbags in that car.
I don't
Because
know,
if he
but
had
those didn't come out.
if he had been at an angle, I would
Well,
have
it
hated
looks like he did come in on an angle a
But
little
if he had
bit.
been more of an angle,
Yeah,
you wouldn't have gotten out of that car without the jaws of life.
that's true.
If you would have gotten out of that car alive.
Right.
Because that, as hard as he hit, as much damage as he did to that, if he did it, because there's a motor in there, so
Yeah.
it's not going to go anywhere.
Mhm.
There's no motor in front of you. If he hit you the side, you're history.
Honestly,
he would have flipped the car over.
Now that I see that picture, it looks like that Jeep is crunching like a Pac-Man.
And is that the van in the background
Yes,
there that the
yes.
old man was driving?
Yes.
Looks like his bags exploded
Yeah,
too.
all 6 of his went off.
Jeez.
Yep. And as you can see, I'm in that picture there because I'm the one standing with my
You were
back.
probably lucky those bags went off too, because if they would have been defective,
Yeah.
who knows what would have happened.
You know, and the ambulance attendant there, you know, she was asking, making sure I didn't have a concussion. She was really sweet. I got to say, everybody that responded, the police were there almost immediately. They had to have been sitting like at Dunkin' Donuts or something because it didn't take long and they were there.
Wow.
And, you know, the fire crew, everybody that was there was just wonderful.
Hi, Jessica.
So, I mean, I really...
Say hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jesse. Oh.
Jessica.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was going to cough there for a minute.
Wow. But anyway, so yeah, you were lucky that that you walked away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You know, we had our seatbelts on, thank goodness. And ever since that,
Wow, you wore your seatbelts. Where did that come from?
Well, you know me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Not in my car.
Yeah, your car won't let me unless I'm sitting in the back.
Yeah.
But because I was in the front, something just, I had to do it. You know, I started doing it even more so now. I
do it more now, too.
Well, you have to, or your car yells
I mean,
at you.
in other people's cars, too, I've started doing it.
So, yeah, that was, I don't want to go through anything like that again. I'm already having nightmares.
I understand that. That's a freaky thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well.
But we were lucky to get out alive, thank goodness.
I'm glad I was there for you.
Yeah, so the next time you call me with, I really need help, I need rescued, I may not be around. Anytime, I mean, how often do I call you and say, I need you?
Well,
that I need help?
This is the only time I didn't respond.
But I'm going to remember that.
All I can say is I may not have responded this time to this accident, but I've responded quite a few times
yes,
to
you have,
things.
and I appreciate that. But the one time that I truly, truly needed you and you weren't here.
No, I was there.
No, you weren't.
That's not the worst thing you've been through.
Yes, it is.
Nah.
I didn't pop tires.
I don't know, they look pretty popped.
But they're not mine.
You were there.
Don't even get me started with that. His insurance company has his roommate's car listed as the one in the accident.
Why?
Even though on the police report it's my friend's car.
They have the same plan?
Yes, because her car is listed first. The computer automatically took hers. Because Pennsylvania is a no-fault state, my auto insurance will cover my medical. So I went to file my claim to get my medical bills taken care of. One of the questions is, was the car in the accident the 2010 Toyota Corolla? I said no. They asked me what it was, and I put it down. And they're like, well, that car's not covered on your policy. Who was the driver? Put my friend's name down. And they're like, does he have permission to drive this car? And I'm thinking, it's his car. You know?
Yeah, that's silly.
So I eventually got in touch with my insurance company, you know, and they had to take my statement and everything.
Jeez.
And they're like, okay. And they made sure that my claim is what it's supposed to be. So, I mean, everybody's been really nice, and, you know, there's a lot of players involved here. But, you know, we got to do what we got to do.
Right. Yeah.
And I will just be glad when it's over. You know, I mean, I don't even want to start seeing the the hospital bills come in.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we remember you, Jessica, by the
Yep.
way. I just didn't really
I want to
say
see
that.
the baby.
We're going to see Danny, too. Jeez.
Yeah, because that's one of your illegitimate children, isn't it? That you always had to pay child
Danny?
support? No, Jessica. Yeah, because remember, Danny always said that, Mike Trash was the daddy.
That's my girlfriend.
And you had to pay child support. You're going to have your daughter as your girlfriend?
That's not my daughter.
Oh, okay.
That's my girlfriend. She doesn't know it, but she is.
Yeah,
Hey, it's nice because I don't have to pay anything.
now that she's over 18.
Oh, yeah, I was smart. I'm not going to be stupid enough to do it the wrong way.
But yeah, you just look, that's from the first impact.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And just imagine
Look
how
at the
fast.
tires that are folded in. Well, he was probably turning.
He was making the right turn on red.
Jeez.
And to think he's done that much damage just to the front end of that.
And the rest of the cars.
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
And the Jeep that caused it all.
And I guarantee
was
he's going to be
Daddy.
cited with a whole lot more.
Definitely with failing, like at a stop sign or a red light, because he went through it.
I stopped running them. I thought about that, and I thought, man, that's because I'm driving a very heavy car.
Yes.
And if I go through it and I hit somebody,
Uh-huh.
I'd hate to think what happened. So.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that was rough. Like I said, I'm just glad everybody's okay. We were all checking on each other.
That's insane.
Mhm.
Well,
So yeah, I was having fun on Saturday.
so you didn't need me.
Yeah, right. And then I had a mother hen who wouldn't let me alone. When I finally did get in touch with her and told her what happened,
Oh, I thought
she insisted on coming down, and I'm like, why? There's nothing you can do.
That's right.
I'm fine, and she's like, but I'll drive your car. And I'm like, no. I said, this is the way we're going to do this. I said, if I need you, I will call you. But, my friend was going with me on Sunday because we had a birthday party to go to. So he drove my car from there up to the mother hen's place. Then I let her do all the rest of the driving up to the party, back to take my friend home, and then to her place. And that way I only had to drive from her place to mine. So
All
I
right.
hardly did any driving at all.
There you go. All right. Well, I think I had a better time than you did.
You did. And the next time you go without me, you're in big trouble.
I don't know about that.
I do.
We're not attached at the hip.
Well, I know that, but look what happens when you go to the beach and not me.
Hey,
You had
you're
more
trying,
fun than I did.
You just wanted to make a point. And so you got involved in this accident so you could say, well, if you're taking me.
Exactly. And
I'm not gonna fall for that.
well, the other point was I'm always there when people reach out and say, I need you, or 911. I always jump and do what I can.
Jump.
I do it, and yeah, no, I'm not jumping now.
Jump.
Van Halen, But I do it, and nobody's there.
What does that tell you?
I'm not loved.
That's right. Oh, man. That's funny. I mean, not funny. Not funny. The accident's not funny. I'm really happy that you were okay. And
Yeah, the baby will be there Saturday. And see, I told you. Hi, Dad. I told you that was your daughter.
oh, man. Well, that's funny.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've left me quite a few times.
But for some strange reason that I'll never figure out, I still come back.
Same here.
I know what it is. I have finally figured it out.
Zeros. You needed more zeros.
You're right. I
You
wanted
got
your
all-
money.
I got all the zeros in the world. So, all right. Well, I'm very happy that you're alive and not kicking because obviously your knee hurts. So,
Yeah.
do you need some more? I Give you ibuprofen now?
No, I have some in the car because if I take any more, I'm sure I'm going to go to sleep. And I at least want to get home in one
That
piece.
put you to sleep?
It will, yeah.
Huh, I wish I could do that.
Especially on what I have already in my system.
What do you already have in your system?
I have Tylenol.
That doesn't put me to sleep either unless I use the nighttime Tylenol. I do use a nighttime Tylenol every night because that usually helps me sleep. Plus, I got pain issues, so.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't sleep that night. I couldn't get comfortable. And, of course, you know, the image of the grill and everything. But last night,
I guess we
didn't
can't do any
too bad.
barbecues. Tell Danny
Well,
we can't have a barbecue.
Yeah, you can do a barbecue.
You can't have a
because it's
barbecue because she'll see the grill.
the grill of a Jeep. There's a difference. You know, like the grill of your Jeep, I will try not to hold it against the Jeep, okay?
Well, baby 2 coming in January
What?
2022. She's pregnant.
Again?
Well, apparently.
Wow. That is awesome.
Well, I'm happy for her.
I am too. Ooh, maybe this one they'll name Mike Jr.
They should name it Michael. I want to hear it. I don't care if it's a girl or a boy. It should be Michael.
Yeah, Michael Leonard. Why not?
Yeah. So.
So.
All right. Well, that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! What happened?
Uh-oh.
Okay, came up. Okay.
Yep.
All right. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get AMC Plus, Paramount Plus, Discovery Plus, and more on Amazon Prime video channels for 99 cents a month for 2 months, which is kind of cool. Now I'm having that problem again with. Oh, I must have moved that over there. Okay. Which is kind of cool. I mean, I would love to dump my cable provider, and eventually I'm going to. I just don't know when yet. But if you're a cord cutter, which is, I'm sure Jessica knows what that is, that well, that was really bad taste.
Yes,
But
it was.
if you want to get away from your cable company, as far as, would you stop making noise? You should have turned off the mic.
I did.
You know you didn't. I heard that loud and clear. I'm still hearing you. I'm hearing it. I'm here. There you. Now it's off. It wasn't off before. I'm just telling you. Oh, I'm still hearing it. What's going on? Yeah, I still hear it. It's not off. What are you doing over there? Oh, these amateurs. These amateurs. Oh, let's see here. Now it's off. Okay. You have to push it down to be off. It was up. Yeah, it was. It may have been, but it wasn't when I. Anyway. All right, so I'm going solo for the rest of the night. So, if you were here to see her, you might as well go because she's gone. We're going. But anyway, so this is kind of cool. Here are the channels you could subscribe if you wanted to try these out. It's now through June 22nd. You can get AMC Plus, which is not just AMC, it's AMC and a bunch of other things. You can get Paramount Plus. You can get AMC. This is what it is for 99 cents, but it's normally AMC is $9 a month. Paramount is usually $9 a month. Discovery is $6.99 a month. Epix is $5.99 a month. BET is $9.99 a month. Noggin, which I never heard of, is $7.99 a month. ALLBLK, which I don't know if it's all black or whatever, but it's $4.99 a month. PBS Masterpiece is $5.99. I'm going to say $6 a month. Up Faith and Family is normally $5 a month. Acorn TV is normally $6 a month. Lifetime Movie Club is $4 a month. PBS Kids is normally $5 a month. PBS Documentaries is $4 a month. Pantea is $6 a month. Motor Trend is $5 a month. And MovieSphere is $5 a month. You get all those for 99 cents a month for the first 2 months, and then I guess you got to pay whatever the appropriate amount is. So it's one way you can get channels. A lot of people get hundreds of channels from their cable company, and they don't ever watch hundreds of channels. They usually watch. In my case, I watch USA, True TV, I watch AMC and Showtime occasionally. And for the most part, those are the only channels I ever really watch. So for me, I would possibly stick with, I would take AMC's, and I would take HBO. I would take the Peacock network, which is the best package, is $9.99 a month, and you get no commercials on things that you watch replay and stuff. So I mean, you know, there are ways that you can ditch your cable company, and you can end up paying a lot less than $150 a month for cable, just by looking around, seeing what deals are out there. And sooner or later, the cable companies aren't going to even, pretty much have a business like this, and they're making too much money as it is. So that's what I think. And you too can get other things other than paying the big price for cable. So I'm always looking for a way to, because I don't really watch all those channels. And they said, well, you get these channels. I don't care. I don't want all those channels. The channels I want are these channels. And you can get them a lot cheaper if you shop around and look and see what's out there. So, all right. Judge rules in favor of a Houston hospital requiring employees to be vaccinated against COVID. So if you work for a hospital, if you work for that hospital, you got to get vaccinated. If you don't want to work there, you don't have to be vaccinated. But they're healthcare people. I mean, you really should be vaccinated if you're in a healthcare situation. So I don't know. Judge dismissed the lawsuit against the Houston Methodist Hospital by employees who opposed the COVID vaccine as a condition of employment. So that's going to be a landmark type question as to whether or not to get vaccinated is if the employer says you've got to get vaccinated. I don't know that it will be all employees of every job, of every company, but I think it's a good idea to be in a hospital. If you're going to be, the thing is, that would be for your own good. If you're going to be in a hospital and you're going to be sitting with people that have COVID right in front of you, I don't know. I just don't think that it's smart to fight this, but there are those that oppose that, and this is not the forum to fight over it, but that's my opinion. I really feel that not all employees of all companies, but if you're going to be in a hospital, I think it's really important that you think about being vaccinated. So, I mean, you're in a place where you're going to be exposed to the situation. But even though numbers are way down, I'm glad to see the numbers go in the right direction, and hopefully they soon go away. This could be a record. This is for you, Jessica. This could be a record. 10 babies. Women could be the new record holder for delivering 10 children. Man, I just can't imagine how many. I mean, I can't imagine having one, let alone 10 at once. And imagine your family going from a basic car to bus. You have to have a bus now to cart your kids around. And if I'm not mistaken, the Octomom, or whatever she was called, I think she had the record before. So, says a woman in South Africa could be a new mom and a new world record holder. I don't know how to say her name. Gosemi Thamara Sithole, 37, has given birth to decuplets. That's 10 babies. Her husband said that they were having 8 children, so the additional 2 were a surprise. And the 7 boys and 3 girls were delivered at 29 weeks by cesarean. They are the younger siblings of 6-year-old twins. So not only do they have 10 come on their way, they also have younger siblings of 6-year-old twins. The BBC reported the birth somewhat differently. A family member said that 5 of the babies were born naturally and the rest were born via C-section. Who cares how they were born? The fact that she has 10 babies, whew, I mean, that guy better have an income. He's going to be paying for diapers for a long time. So it says the previous record holder in 2009, Nadia Sulman, gave birth to 8 babies and all survived. She's the current Guinness World Record holder for the most children delivered in a single birth. A 25-year-old gave birth to 9 babies in Morocco last month. The birth of 9 and now 10 babies have not been confirmed by the Guinness Book of World Records. I just can't imagine having a family that quick, that big, that quick. Wow, that'd be a lot of family. And talk about responsibility. I mean, you think about how much it would pay for diapers for 10 babies and 6-year-old twins. Jeez. Better them than me. I don't think I could do that. I mean, I might be able to do that if I had to, but, you know, I don't really see that as being an option. A gentleman on a party truck tosses a beer can into a car. The passenger throws it back in his face. So, that's crazy stuff. A gentleman, possibly inebriated, tossed a full can of beer through a car window, and the party pooper passenger threw it back, hitting him in the face with considerable force. Well, maybe he shouldn't have thrown it in the first place. I really think that was probably... That'll teach you.
The guy in a car threw that at him. No, I'm talking about this.
That's crazy. I just can't imagine getting hit on the face. Hey, you never know. I know he wasn't throwing it in his face, or didn't throw it to the car to be nasty or anything. But that guy definitely has an arm on him. So, yeah, that'll be the last beer he'll throw in a car, I would imagine. All right, next thing. All right, now let's see. Here's a good one. What could you do to be fired at Arby's? An Arby's cashier fired after calling a customer a fag on the receipt. Order name is fag. Just unbelievable. Well, the kid should have been fired for that. That's just, there's no reason for that. You know, these days, there's just, you think you can get it. You shouldn't even think you should get away with something like that. And that taught him a lesson, I think. Just don't have to make a comment on everything. So I found that interesting that this guy in this day and age would actually say something like that. Oh, why is that? Oh, that didn't work. How did that work? Huh. That's really odd. I need to put it back in here so that people can see. There we go. So, I don't know. I don't know any. I just think that people that call anybody a fag or basically demeaning things, they deserve what they get. And I'm glad he got fired. Hopefully he learned a lesson. So, also, according to the New York Times, there are watermelons on Mars, according to the. Oh man, I just think it's funny that they published this, actually published this in their newspaper or in their posts. Then they removed it. I don't know why. Who would have told him that was right, that they should do that? I mean, who's your informant that says, hey, there's watermelons on Mars? So I just think it's funny. For those that are wondering, there probably aren't watermelons on Mars. There might be. I mean, I can't really speak because I have never been to Mars. But according to them, anyway, there are watermelons on Mars. Oh, that's funny. Things you can't make this stuff up. There are so many idiots in the world. You can't make it up. So, there's going to be a Windows 11 coming out with a new graphics interface, a new start menu, a new everything. So, unfortunately, that means we're going to have a learning curve on that because Windows can't be possibly doing things to make it easier for us. They got to come up with a new system, a new look at how you do things. So now we're all going to be learning Windows over again. Hopefully not, but they might actually make it easier. I guess we're going to have to wait. But according to, I believe they said that Windows 10 is not going to be around after 2025, I believe it is. So we got a couple years yet, but something to realize that we're not going to have forever. It's not natural. No, it's not natural. 10 babies. 10 babies is far from natural. One baby is far from natural as far as I'm concerned, but that's why I didn't have any. Then we have this is New York City girl who hid in a closet during a murder was gifted a trip to Disney World by the New York Police Department. That, to me, just the idea of having to be in that situation where you're hiding in a closet while people are being murdered. That's a pretty heavy thing to see, or a heavy thing to go through. And I don't know too many things that would be worse, but it says Detective Union raises money to send child's aunt, uncle, 2 cousins, grandma to accompany her to Disney. A 9-year-old Brooklyn girl who hid in the closet while her dad slaughtered her mother and 2 sisters on her birthday before killing himself was given a free trip to Disney. But, that's not going to ever solve anything. I mean, it's not going to make her pain any worse or any better. But at least it gets her mind off of it for a little while. And, boy, I can't imagine first responders who work out of Brooklyn homicide were so heartbroken by the girl's experience that they raised several $1,000s to send her to an amusement park. So it's just really sad. There's all kinds of people out there, though. All kinds of people. Just, it's nuts. I mean, the stuff I have read about while doing this show have just broken my heart because, you don't really expect things like that to happen. I'll let you see Windows 11 when you're here on Saturday. I was able to. Really? Interesting. Oh, that would be, my question is, do you like it? So, this is weird. Shake Shack manager was held and taunted after New York Police Department union falsely claimed he poisoned drinks. Well, that'll be good advertisement. Get your drinks from Shake Shack, and who knows what you'll get in it. Three New York officers complained Marcus Gilliam last June that their strawberry shake, vanilla shake, and cherry shake tasted off. The store manager quickly apologized and offered him vouchers. Gilliam was shocked when hours later police showed up and declared his store a crime scene. The officers had accused him of poisoning them, a claim that police unions quickly echoed as a fact on social media, accusing his store of intentionally poisoning them with a toxic substance believed to be bleach. Even after the hospital found no signs that 3 officers had been poisoned, police placed Gilliam in the back of the police car, transported him to the station, and interrogated him for 2 hours. The store manager claims in the lawsuit. Throughout the interrogation, the officers taunted him about putting bleach in their milkshakes. Yet hours after police released Gilliam from custody, Chief of the department, Rodney Harrison, tweeted a thorough investigation, and his employees were found innocent. There was no criminality by Shake Shack. So I'd be mad. I'd be mad if that was me. Someone saying, "Oh, you poisoned us." So just kind of weird stuff. So you never know. I mean, but oh man, that's really bizarre. Then that is the end of that section. In the crimes division, when I read this first, I read this wrong. I read this as a sea turtle was nesting and found 1.2 million worth of cocaine, but it was really a sea turtle nesting surveyor found $1.2 million worth of cocaine on a Florida beach. Now you're talking about some business. You probably make a whole lot more money nesting, being a nesting surveyor with a $1.2 million worth of cocaine than before. A wildlife manager stumbled upon approximately $1.2 million worth of cocaine while performing a sea turtle nesting survey. Members of the Air Force 45th Security Forces Squadron seized nearly 30 kilograms of cocaine that washed up on the beach at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station on May 19th, according to the news release. According to the 45th Civil Engineer Squadron Wildlife Manager, wow, that's a long, that's a long name. Said that while they were doing a turtle nesting survey, she found a small package wrapped tightly in plastic and tape and thought it could be drugs. I immediately contacted the 45th Security Forces Squadron. While I was waiting for them to arrive, I drove a little further and noticed another package and then another. And at that point, I called the SFS back and suggested they bring their UTV, your utility terrain vehicle, as I counted at least 18 packages. After securing the scene and collecting the contraband, the narcotics agent performed a field test and verified that there are 24 packages and placed them in evidence bags. Whew, it's a lot of money. That's just amazing. $1.2 million worth of cocaine. That is crazy. Crazy. You never would think that if you were just out there just surveying the turtle nesting and all that stuff. Now that is one job that could be quite profitable if you kept it to yourself and hadn't told them. Of course, then you have to worry about them coming after you, but it would be worth it if you got $1.2 million for one transaction. It's crazy. Let's see. this is funny. I like technology. I'm a technology geek, and spent my life with technology. I mean, I basically sold technology for 30 years in my previous life, and it helped me not work anymore. But this is funny. Heavy blow against organized crime after the criminal kingmakers were tricked into using an FBI-run messaging app. There you go. That's what you need. You need a crazy thing like that. Oops, now we got a commercial. We don't need the commercial. Let's cut the commercial out. This is really amazing that people fell for this, but they did. That's just nuts when you think about the money and stuff that they have used in their businesses, their organized crime businesses. And it shows that people are not really smart about what they're doing. I mean, if they're doing this illegal stuff.
And thank you for joining us. We are going to begin tonight with the arrest of hundreds of international drug smugglers, weapons dealers, and contract killers in what may be the largest and most sophisticated criminal investigation in history. Now, the scope of the operation is staggering, a 3-year-long worldwide effort to eavesdrop on the most dangerous criminal organizations using cell phones loaded with an encrypted messaging app developed by the FBI. Investigators say the criminals thought they were evading police, but in reality, they were unwittingly sharing their plans with a secret coalition of law enforcement agencies. The FBI says the sting disrupted dozens of planned killings and took tons of drugs and hundreds of guns off the streets. And tonight, police across the globe are still vacuuming up suspects and filing charges in more than a dozen countries. CBS's Jeff Pegues is at the Justice Department tonight. He's going to lead off our coverage. Good evening, Jeff. What an operation this was.
It certainly was, Nora. The FBI taking a page out of Silicon Valley's playbook by designing an app. But in this case, that app turned out to be the trap that agents used to bring down numerous criminal organizations.
It kind of reminds me of the thing that they use, like, to get child molesters. Like they have police officers that pose as underage children on these messaging apps, and the idiots that are the child molesters are stupid enough to, and I'm glad they're stupid enough, by the way, I'm glad they're stupid enough to fall for it, because there are those kind of things that keep the child molesters off the street. But this time it looks like it's even bigger if they're going after these drug dealers and stuff.
The global police dragnet was still sweeping up suspects in the hours before investigators went public with Operation Trojan Shield. It was a colossal takedown that included seizures of luxury cars, motorcycles, and drugs which were concealed in everything from shipments of pineapples to cans of tuna fish.
Jeez.
All made possible by devices loaded with software, specifically created by the FBI to lure suspects from the shadows.
The very devices that the criminals used to hide their crimes were actually a beacon for law enforcement.
The program was called Anam, and according to investigators, it was distributed to 12,000 users in about 100 countries.
The amount of intelligence that we received was staggering.
Law enforcement intercepted more than 27 million messages, the vast majority related to criminal activity like drug trafficking and murder plots. The operation led to at least 800 arrests and netted investigators 8 tons of cocaine, more than 250 firearms, and $48 million in cash and cryptocurrency. Money that was allegedly flowing through the pockets of Italian organized crime, outlaw motorcycle gangs, and international drug trafficking organizations.
In the future, too, we will continue unabated to track down and dismantle criminal organizations.
There is a reason why the operation was shut down now. Online, people appeared to be getting the suspicion that something wasn't right with this app and that perhaps law enforcement was monitoring the communication. And for the FBI and police, that was a signal to move in and make all of these arrests. Nora.
All right, Jeff the Gaze, thank you.
That's just amazing that the people were dumb enough to fall for it. You know, they live by the sword, die by the sword. That's just crazy stuff. I can't even imagine what causes people to do that. It just is crazy. But people are stupid enough to believe that they're not going to be caught doing that kind of stuff, and fortunately, they were caught, and all that money and cocaine and firearms and all that stuff is now where it belongs. So I just wish more criminals were that stupid. So I don't know. For some reason, they think they cannot be caught. But I mean, like I said, they use that same principle by using, you know, there were some child molesters that were caught in Florida and areas just because they thought that they were above the law and weren't going to be caught. So here's a funny thing. Twerking trio on top of police cruiser puts Chicago police on the hot seat. I didn't even know twerking was still a thing. I mean, I remember back when twerking was a big deal, and I think wasn't that the 80s? I just kind of, maybe early 2000s, I don't know, maybe 90s, I don't know. But it's funny. It says here there have been more than 1 million views to the viral video that surfaced several days ago showing 3 women twerking on top of a police SUV as it rolled down the street, trailed by cell phone paparazzi. There's a lot of interest in seeing half-clothed women gyrating. But recently in this city, a 14-year-old girl was chased down and fatally shot while walking her dog. And a 7-year-old girl was gunned down while sitting in a car with her father at a McDonald's drive-thru. We should all be mourning. But instead, the young women on top of the police SUV were putting on a show for the very people who mock them in terms of unfit to put a family newspaper. And they're not the only ones. It appears to be a trend. So, yeah, here's the women. Jeez. My question is, what were the police thinking? I mean, did they think there was not going to be anything coming out of this? They think it was okay? I mean, just kind of nuts. I just think that is crazy. Then we got cops auctioning off $350,000 Lamborghini. Now this isn't in the United States; it's in Australia. But Australia's anti-hoon laws allow for confiscation. So you got this Lamborghini, and I just think about $350,000 car being auctioned off. I don't know what they'll get for it. They might get a lot of money, but geez, the need for speed. Police in Australia are auctioning it off. Police seized from a 28-year-old who racked up dozens of moving violations, including speeding and drunk driving charge. The 2019 model has less than 700 miles on the odometer and was built to custom specs, including a carbon fiber trim and purple paint. Man, oh day. They have extremely tough anti-hoon laws that allow authorities to permanently confiscate and sell vehicles of repeat offenders with the profits returned to the state. Police will not tolerate reckless and dangerous behavior on our roads, which put the lives of others at risk. No matter how powerful your vehicle may be, the law will catch up to you and you will be held accountable. The online auction is being handled by Mannheim starting at July 17th with a minimum bid of 395 Australian dollars, which is approximately $300,000. Let's see if we can see that There it is. It's a 2019 Lamborghini Huracan. Jeez. That's just crazy. It's got 1,000 kilometers showing on it. 7-speed transmission. Wow, that's a lot of money. Whew. Yeah, that, see if it, is it even started? Can you, oh, it doesn't start till, when's the 17th? It starts in 2 days. So if you want to bid on it, you can bid on it. We're showing you the specs on it. And there you go. That's where you can buy your Lamborghinis next. Well, that Lamborghini anyway. Probably doesn't, probably not including shipping on that. So make sure you add for shipping. Oh, there we go. There's right. There we go. Send it to Facebook so people can put their bids in. Hopefully. There you go. That's funny. Can't imagine having my prize car, I mean, just taken from me and whew, yeah, that would hurt. It'd be like taking my Tesla away and selling it. It would make me cry. Right. What time is it? Where's the time? There it is. Wow, it's time to go. Guess I went overtime. All right. Well, I guess it's time to call it quits. I got much more articles than I thought I had. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good week, and remember something. Remember to tip your waitress. Yeah, that's it. Tip your waitress. And we'll see you. Oh, shoot. That's not. Ah, that didn't work. Here we go. There we go. I will talk to you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.